What is shaking, everybody? Welcome to Surface Noise, here the B-side. And today we're going to get into some fun stuff. We're going to talk about WFMU buying strategies and the aftermath. We're going to go into the freestyle, talk about recent pickups, and might even get into the new Cure album. Do not go anywhere. Hey, what's up, everybody? Like I said during the intro, we're going to get into some fun things today. But let's start off by introducing the band. Directly next to me, we have on drums, the great Chris. What's up, Chris? How's it going, man?
What's up, guys? Thursday in America with my favorite music geeks. I'm excited.
Absolutely. Next to him, we got Arnaldo on the keyboards. What's up, Arnaldo?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Going good.
If I could have picked one instrument to play, except for the voice, because I think vocalists are probably the most talented musicians, if they're talented vocalists, it would be probably the piano. So, good choice.
Okay, good. See, I got you. Mr. Jason Rojas down below on bass. What's up, Jason?
Doing well, Jay Spins. Thanks for having me on. Look at this comment by
my pleasure as always. You only have 3 LZ1s behind you. I'm a little disappointed. Or is there another one right? Okay, there it is. Welcome. All right, then we got the great Jose on lead guitar. What's up, Jose?
Good. A little depressed.
Love it. Oh man,
you can listen.
We're gonna fix that tonight. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. What? Hold on. Way to tick. Oh, my guy is here.
Get some haters. Get that bleach going. The bleach boys.
What is up, Chance? Welcome. Chance, of course, on the saxophone, straight from Huey Lewis in the News. What's up, baby?
Straight up. Our keys. I tickle the ivories once in a while.
Okay. Tickle some ivories. And boom, right there. Another reveal. We got Dawson right there. I ran out of instruments, Dawson, so you're going to be on synth today.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Coming in loud and clear.
Dawson Walters from Rampage Video. At your service.
He's our very own AI in the house today. Well, what's up, everybody? Let's see who is in the house today, man. Woo, already we got Wyoming Dave in the house, Dimebag Dave, One Trick Pony, Matt Vinyl NYC, Pat's Radio. Okay, all kinds of people. KRWD is here. Good to see all you guys. This is gonna be a fun one. Some of us, not all of us, had the pleasure of hanging out over at WFMU this weekend. I wish I could have made it. I'm always all the way on the left coast. It was just going to be a massive expense, but some people got to go, and so I definitely want to get into that. But I thought maybe we'd even handle it, because I know not everybody went, but I think everyone does enjoy going to the record fairs and stuff like that. And so maybe we get into what I'm curious about is like buying strategies and just sort of like, what are your thoughts going into it? What do you budget yourself? How do you make sure you're getting some of those grails that you want, or are you? And just kind of start there. So maybe just with the guys that actually made it to WFMU, let's start there and just kind of talk about your experience. You want to go, Arnaldo?
Oh, I got to go first?
You don't have to. Who wants to go? Chris, you were there.
Yeah, I don't care. I can go.
Okay, go ahead.
Arnaldo's already done a video. He was first to market with the video. And
I know. I'll do a cheap plug. If I had the link ready, I'd post it in there, but I did a cheap plug.
The channel is Fidelios_frequency. And if you don't know, you should know. And if you don't know, you got to go.
And now you know. All right, go for it, Arnaldo. Let's hear. What was it like, man? Let's start at the planning phase.
Well, there wasn't much to plan for me because I live here. So
Oh, true.
yeah, the only planning was trying to get the early bird before it sells out, but I don't think they ever did. And no, I had the plan, take the day off from work and enjoy Friday, which had the early bird for 3 hours from 12 to 3. And actually, it was probably the best part. It wasn't too crowded. And I'll elaborate further regarding the fact that when it did get crowded, especially on Saturday, some of the aisles were really, really hard to even walk through because you had people back to back flipping on opposite sides. It was kind of really hard to even walk through some of them. But all in all, a very good experience. Better than, I want to say for some aspects, better than last year because.
Oh, 200% better. Come on. Don't hurt nobody's feelings.
No, I want to say because, well, I'll give the pros and cons versus last year. It was at a bigger space last year, probably twice the size, I would say. And the tables were spread out a lot better. And I say, yeah, I think that there were a little bit less dealers. There were more dealers in this space, but they were cramped in a smaller size venue. So it, yeah, like I said earlier, it required a little bit of navigating. It was a little harder to navigate in terms of when it got really crowded at the peak hours. It was in the city, so much easier to get to. When I say the city, I refer to Manhattan proper. And a lot better connected by public transportation. And it had a lot, you're in a city neighborhood where it was last year in Queens. It's not really a city neighborhood. Yes, there are some stores, some shops around there, and it's not in the middle of nowhere, but there weren't that many options of things to do right after. I think Jason, who joined me last year, there was maybe 1 or 2 places across the street where you could eat. And then other record stores were far, as opposed to Chelsea, where it was this year. First, the positive side is that you could go out and come back in. They allowed you re-entry. So if you needed a break, you could go out, have a bite, and then come back. And afterwards, you could browse around other record stores in the village. So it's very good for that. You know, and if you left early enough, you could probably hit some other stores, one of which is probably down the street on 18th Street. And yeah, all in all, I got some really good stuff. I went to 2 vendors I knew already that had been at last year's fair, and I've seen them also at like local fairs. So I was familiar with 2 of them. And there were some New York dealers that were there. Human Head was there. Academy was there. Needle and Groove, which is a store that's just right outside of Queens. So it's like Long Island proper. So all in all, a very good experience because I got some good deals. I found records that I wanted. So yeah, I do a repeat next year though, because it is I take it, it can be overwhelming. Even though this is not my first fair, it's still kind of overwhelming because, you know, the amount of people and the amount of records that are there and trying to make sure that you get a feel of everything. Like towards the end of day 1, I didn't even make it through the other half of the hall.
Arnaldo must have been running for class president because, you know, like when I go to these things, I'm strict business, but Arnaldo's like, I didn't even make it to the halfway point. I was like, what have you been doing? Like looking at every single record under
I'm
a microscope with a monocle? Like,
no, but I'm thorough. It's, you know,
I don't go for very thorough. He's the David Henry Thoreau for this deal.
I don't only go for the records that are on the wall, and sometimes they don't put things on the wall that I'm interested in. So unless you flip through a couple, and there was one dealer that had 6 boxes of stuff that I was really interested in. So it took me a minute to get through them. Right.
What's the advantage of the early bird, Arnaldo? Did you grab stuff during that period?
Yes,
was it important that you got? Okay.
Of course, the first dealer that I went to said that another vinyl community member had already been at his table.
Oh, listen, we're not going to name any names, but you know,
some people had hookups, you know, and had pre-show dealings. So, and that is something that was
Scandalous.
It was
Scandalous.
no
Jefferson, I know you're out there. Yeah, there he is right there. Here he is, my man.
So Arnaldo's trying to say he pulled out his switchblade and said, "Who was that VC member that hit this table before me?"
right because
Name your names.
Who am I going to have to
One
cut
of-
around here?
no,
That's
but
right.
it's not just a VC member. It was someone like I was at this dealer that I knew had a lot of UK imports. So as I'm flipping through, there were some titles that I was almost certain he would have, and I rattled off 3 records that I was looking for, and he's like, "Oh, I had that, and I had that." I was like, "Dude, it's only 12:20. How many people came at your table?" It's like, "No, the dealers were shopping before noon," and I find that kind of lame. You know, it's meant for record shoppers, not for dealers. So, yeah, I know, right, Jason? You're questioning that, and someone brought up, was it Chance that you brought up that maybe a good strategy is to show up with a box of records and pretend you're a dealer and buy a table so that you could actually shop before everybody else.
That's the whole reason to have a table there, right?
I learned that my second time in Austin when the infamous or the famous Alex Rodriguez of Record Safari, you may have heard of him. We were in the early bird in Austin, 10 a.m. start. You walk in, there's already people in there. I was pretty early up in line. I'm like, what? How did this happen? Come to find out, my man he bought a dealer table, didn't sell anything until the last day when he had these 2 little baby crates.
7
You
inches.
get early access. You get access to the load in, and obviously if you network,
That's 7 inches.
Yeah, well, pro move. I all I can do is tip of the cap to that curly head fellow because that was a pro move.
He was selling 2 boxes of 7 inches. That's it.
Oh, there were 2 boxes of records I didn't want. I can tell
No,
you that.
no,
but I
stop
think,
lying. He was selling a box of Sesame Street records. Let's get it straight here.
No,
Let's not have any fake news. To,
No, for real, it was like 2 or 3
Fair enough.
boxes of 7 inches. But I looked through them and they were all like Gloria Gaynor shit. So I don't. He could have had a good table, by the way.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, I obviously he made the decision as a business decision to just go hard in the paint, and just get those records. And then if you could sell some, so be. I think the dealers, if they use that strategy, they just want to recoup their table cost, and then that way it's a break even from that perspective.
I don't know how much they charge for those tables, but in Austin, there's some guys that really don't want to sell shit. They have like $2 records, and which is funny. But I enjoy them. I've gotten good stuff from. There's a guy that's always there, and he sells like, the most expensive record he had was probably like $15-20, but everything was like perfect condition. So
Woo. Holy smokes! Now Jefferson was saying he was working some street corners, so now I'm starting to understand what was going on here. This is
well,
So the
I see
plan
my
next
plan.
year is to have a group of 6, 7 people to the table.
that's an idea. You locals can make that happen. I don't know if Concert Buddy will be returning next year. Maybe another time. We'll see.
So what was your
I can
experience
tell you.
like, Chance, and why did you snag all the...
Listen, I before I talk about mine, I want to kick it off to Chris because Chris,
Okay.
meeting him in the flesh, putting skin to skin, shaking that big paw he's got. Chris is probably the biggest person in the vinyl community. He's like, I mean, he could have been a power forward for the Knicks. I mean, this guy brought it.
How tall are you, Chris?
Very tall.
6'5", 6'6". But
Yeah,
Chance, just
so-
for the record,
so-
I was
so
more
I
of a
know- I know
two
our-
guard.
I know. Well, yeah, you could probably. You could have been a power forward at like a high D1 school, I think. It probably like Metro Valley or something, but not. I would say I've met the Wax. The Wax is also a tall guy, but Chris has got him. Chris has got the size. He's got post position. So I think Chris, undisputed tallest guy in the vinyl community.
wait, how much is that in meters? I don't know what the fuck a foot is.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, metric system. Sorry, we need anyone in the
fuck's a
gallery
foot?
got abacus, please. Thank you.
All right.
So it was my first WFMU, and if you haven't gone, this is how it felt like for me. I got online by chance early, showed up early, maybe like 11:20, and the doors opened, and I got in. And if you've ever seen Caddyshack, when the caddies get the pool for 15 minutes, that's the first hour of WFMU. People are just in it to win it. So I saw Chance and Arnaldo walk in, and they're very cool. We said hi, but I could see that they were like drilled, focused, ready to go.
Don't
So
slow
let them
me
do their
down.
thing.
They were like, "Fuck you."
What gave you that
But-
impression when I shoved you and pushed you over that table, Chris? Is that what gave you that impression, or no?
Yeah. It's very cool. I mean, I've been to record fairs, not of that size. It is overwhelming. I had a very specific strategy going in, and I mean, you could budget. I could have blown my budget on the first table I saw. You know, you really have to be disciplined and realize there's a lot out there. It was a good vibe. Arnaldo had warned me when I met him at the beginning to beware of the 3 o'clock. I didn't even have to look at my phone to see what time it was. You could tell when general admission was open.
It's like Planet of the Apes. They made that sound.
It was. It was like, I was like, this isn't so bad for the first 3 hours, and then all of a sudden it was chaos. It
Wait,
was about
with
15 degrees
198?
in there.
You're almost 2 meters tall. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Tall. I will say that when I've seen Chance go full force on the Austin one, I was on the first row, and then he was already like, "What the fuck do you got?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "I've seen like 10 dealers, and he already seen like all the walls at least, and gone through some stuff." So
I think
that's a
I
good
wish I
option.
followed.
You're either
wish I
making friends or
followed-
making moves, and I'm making moves in the early part. There's time to make friends later, guys. I don't know what you guys
Yeah.
are doing with these things.
I wish I followed some of the vendors on social media before, because I guess a lot of them posted what they were going to.
How fast did you bought a record? How long?
First table.
No, I didn't. The way I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get into strategy. I'm like a wall guy first, so I kind of like judge people by what they have on their back, and then I just started, because it was just everybody was kind of going in order. So I jumped way ahead to the end, like where Human Head was and Billy's at first, and then worked my way back. And then I kind of spotted where Chance or Arnaldo was, and I kind of like, let me go to that table after they hit it, because I'm probably looking for good stuff. But
As soon as you see Chance, your only job, Chris, and you are 6'6", so you could probably pull this off, is to post up Concert Buddy. Because believe me, the guy came to Portland and just cleared us out.
No, listen. That's where you're wrong, Spins. Because guess what? I like to go hard in the paint. I get that leverage game. I sit right on that knee. They can't get post position on me, man. So I know some people are fixated in the gallery about my height, but now, as Felipe said, I'm taller in person than you would think. But guess what? I got no problem going in the post and fronting these big guys. But when they get the ball, it's usually game over.
Charles Barkley style. I got you.
You got to remember, I'm from New York, so I could take it from anywhere. It don't need to be in the
See,
just remember that.
he's one of those shooting bigs. See, he's already out there. Yeah, he don't drive and dish. I get it.
It was a good time. I got to meet these guys. It was awesome. It's a good vibe. I mean, I love being in record stores. I like being at these things, just digging around. I definitely went back to tables multiple times. I noticed that some of the dealers were bringing stuff in midday, which was cool. That's how I snagged a couple of things I got. I would definitely do it again. Some of the local ones that Arnaldo probably goes to, I've stopped at too. One's closer to my home, and like they're okay for a quick stop, but it's almost like I'd rather save my resources for this. I think a lot of the dealers bring out their big boys, for those shows. But it was in a great location. I'm from outside of New York City too, so I was happy with the neighborhood. Tons to do. Definitely was excited you could re-enter. I didn't know you couldn't do that in Pass One. So I had the same thing. Like we went out for some air, you have to, and just kind of come back in and recharge. But all in all, it's a good time. So highly recommend it. I think it's worth the trip if it's in your budget, because you can really get a lot done in one or 2 days there. So
yeah, I agree. As a first timer to this show, I know last year was a different venue. Like Arnaldo said, the fact you couldn't leave was a little pretentious, because you do need to. There's smokers. Sometimes these fools be stinking. You want to get away from, because it's like a sea of humanity. And like at Austin, you can get out. You can go out, come back in. Chicago, get out, come back in.
Wait, how much was the beer? How much was the beer?
Oh, I didn't even buy it. But I'm not there to listen. There's time to drink. It's just not at the fair. I mean, they had
a lot of drinks at a record fair.
How much was the beer, Felipe? I got it. I'm just saying.
They had a whole snack situation in the side corner. Like I gotta give marks. They had a little bar like a little place you could just grab a drink, just like a little hole in the wall, like legitimately. And then they had like some snacky snacks with, again, whenever I travel, I'm not trying to eat anything too exotic, because if you get the wrong wrap, if you get like a wrap that looks real good, but you don't know where it was made from and who it was made by, man, it can really set you up for disaster in the intestinal area. So I wasn't about to do it, but I like the fact they did have like options, right?
Wait,
Because
are you saying that? Are you saying if it's not a chain wrap, like a chain?
No. Listen. You just don't know who these. You don't know who the caterers are. I mean, it could have been, Cliff over there smoking something you never seen before, and then he don't even wash his hands. Anyway, you don't want to do too much unpredictable.
I would 100% buy a sandwich from a crackhead. It probably tastes good.
Well, there's
New
a
York
lot.
crackhead. Yeah, New York
business.
crackhead, definitely.
But did you guys talk to any other record collectors? Did you hear any stories? Maybe people traveled all the way from California, or they traveled internationally just to go there.
For sure. Yeah, there was actually a shout out. I don't know if he's watching now. Wally was a viewer of our presentation and in my channel. And he came up, and, it's really awkward sometimes, not in a bad way, but just you're hyper focused.
Yeah.
And then you feel somebody on your 6 and you turn around and there's somebody right there like, hi. And that can go a lot of different ways. But Wally was very nice. He even said, yeah, this is awkward, isn't it? And I was like, this is how I'm going to get murdered. And, fortunately, super nice. Fan of the presentation, fan of a lot of what we do here. And it was a great conversation, great to interact. And I think he's local. I forget exactly where, but couldn't have been nicer. And but yeah, there was a lot of that. The dealers obviously come from all over. There was Mike. I forget his last name. I don't want to give that out. But the guy, I've seen him in Austin. Arnaldo knows him. Arnaldo bought a handful of records from him. He was the guy on the Nirvana, the Nirvana Bleach, the white one. So I've talked to him in Austin. So you see
Vinyl Rescue.
Yeah, Vinyl Rescue. That's right. So you see some of the familiar faces if you go on the air quote circuit that Ari Crane talked about on the podcast once before. But yeah, there's a lot of international buyers, Dawson, particularly as Arnaldo's very fond of our buyers from the Far East who come in, and money is no object. In fact, we saw it literally at a dealer that was dealing a lot of high-end stuff. Arnaldo was kind of doing his Arnaldo stuff, doing a lot of deep research, and here comes those Japanese buyers. They don't care. Oh, how much is that? $300? No problem. Because they go back, they'll pay $300 and then they'll sell it $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Like the markup is insane over there. So I've seen that over at Chicago too. Chicago, the old show used to be real close to the airport, and those Japanese buyers would fly in 5:30 when the show would start in the morning. Those Japanese guys have no shame. They don't care. They're just there. Boom, 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 buying giant stacks. So, a lot of repeat behaviors, and especially when you have the out-of-town contingent coming through.
That's some dedication right there.
Yeah, I saw people with like rolling suitcases. I'm like, oh, people are on vacation or whatever. And then I realized the woman just opens it up. It's empty. And she's just like, I'm like, what are you doing?
Well,
I didn't expect that.
Going with suitcases is great.
Well, that's what Lance, when Arnold and I walked in, again, early bird, and I think it's okay to tell this now, Arnold, tell me if not, but we got there 12:20 and the line was out the door. It wasn't moving. And Arnold put a stealth move. He knew somebody up farther in line, a dealer, and he just went for it.
No, just a friend shopper. You're just a shopper.
Right.
Another
friend. So Arnaldo had no shame in his game. He just went up there. I didn't know what to do. I'm standing in the back of the line like a jabron. And the next thing you know, Arnold's like, get up here. And so we walked in and kind of did that thing. Sorry, we totally pulled that move. But, listen, it's survival. You don't want to miss out on those records if it's, within your reason.
Home field advantage. Just home field advantage for Arnaldo.
Exactly.
Who else went? Was it just the three of you guys? You didn't go, Jay?
No, I did not go this time.
But he listen. Don't let him fool you. He had some FOMO kicking. He was giving the signals. I know it for a fact. Is that true, Jason? You were thinking about us, weren't you?
No.
Oh!
The only time I was thinking about them is when I got a text, paging Dr. Rojas, need help with this. Like, okay.
Yeah, there was some Regis going on. Yeah, a lifeline a couple times. Yeah.
One of the best questions was, D'Angelo, should I get the reissue? And I was like, hell no, don't even go there. And Arnaldo was like, I knew you would say that. I'm like, then why page Dr. Rojas? There's no need for this.
No, because I didn't know.
Professional,
I think my question was the blah blah blah. Was it the 2010? Was it an all analog reissue? I think I asked
No,
you,
it's
or
all
was
digital.
it the VMP was all analog? I
No, none of those
threw
are
out the question
analog.
because
Those
I
are all
knew
digital.
it wasn't an original, but I didn't know if the original was all analog. So that's why I was asking.
2001 is the all analog. Don't ask me why I know that. I've suffered enough.
Yeah, Rojas went up there to take all the Led Zeppelin albums and then go back home.
That's right. I was there.
The same turquoise,
10:30 a.m. Right?
the same turquoise that was there last year, Jason, and that I saw at the Astoria show was there again.
Yeah, I saw it.
So now
How much?
35, right?
3,000.
3,000.
3,000.
Okay.
Condition?
No, the condition is probably like VG.
Yeah, it was
instead of
VG.
fast.
Yeah.
Damn, he's never
Of course
gonna sell that shit.
Of
No.
course, you had multiple maggot brains G plus for 200 on everybody's wall too.
What's
I
the
only
Arnaldo?
saw
Like,
one.
I'm like, oh, can I see that? And I'm like,
I
oh,
only
you can
saw
have
one.
it back. There was one guy in the middle who had it, and then there was a guy right at the beginning at the end who had it, like in that first row on the right. I think it went right away.
That
But I was
probably
just
was
like-
why. That's probably why I didn't see it. I only saw one.
I mean, I had.
Were there
like,
any?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know you guys are rifling off some crazy prices. Was there any deals to be had?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I think
sure.
so.
Sure.
There is a guy, no, the guy that I bumped into, the guy with a lot of 80s and indie stuff. I thought all their stuff was very fairly priced, and they had
C6,
quantity.
right? C6.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. All of the records that I got from him were fairly priced, and he gave a 10% discount on
I
top.
got this Akeem Olajuwon. Who else is going to get an Akeem Olajuwon
What
record?
the fuck is that?
Can you make
Yeah.
him big, please?
The unbeatable dream.
What
This
is
is
that
an
shit?
unbeatable dream, Jose. This is an American hero, Akeem Olajuwon.
That
Anytime
shit
you
looks
get
like it's a
record.
basketball record. Is it
Oh,
a
yeah.
basketball? It is a basketball record.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is
Olajuwon.
100% a basketball record. So this label, Macola Records, they've done a couple things. They did this Larry Bird 7-inch when he was at Indiana State. It's some wacky stuff.
What is Larry Bird doing on that record?
Well, I don't know. Well, I think he was just the poster boy for it. But this, I've never seen something as marvelous as this. So, Chris, you may be 6'6", but the Dream, the Akeem the Dream, has got you on that one, I think.
No doubt.
And you want to hear something very, like, I was quite surprised. Chance was going for all the hip hop and rap sections, like even in the stores that we hit afterwards. I'm like, Chance, I didn't know you were such a fan of like rap and hip hop. It's like, oh, it's New York.
Yeah, he likes it.
Buy that stuff.
You got it. It goes back to what Spence asked before, is like, do you have a strategy? And one of the strategies is if you see something early on that you feel is going to be very fertile, that's maybe not fertile. Like the Chicago show, for example, I've been in that one more times than I can count. Good for some hip hop, good for some jazz, and then like classic rock. Austin, good for country. Like, know your terrain. And New York, once I started seeing all this hip hop, like the first table we went to is Arnaldo, the guy that he was referencing that Jefferson already got the good records from. I picked up.
I was actually surprised he had that in there.
Well, wait, don't show pickups yet. Don't show pickups yet.
Well, so it was just it was just an upgrade of the DOC's debut album, right? Fairly priced. He had mostly like UK and European pressing, so the fact he had a US pressing, and I was like, okay, well maybe hip hop is kind of the lean in here. And so going to other tables, I got Craig Mack. I got a lot of stuff that I know for a fact I will not see, not only in my local area, I definitely won't, possibly in Chicago. Austin's hit or miss when it comes to hip hop, that kind of stuff. Metal, metal is also something that's hit or miss. I would expect probably people in the gallery from like California could probably speak to this, probably more out that way than some of these other things. But you're going to have like Anthrax. You're going to have a lot of those New York bands. Probably Slayer. There was some Slayer stuff that I saw that I don't see too often. So one of the strategies is once you kind of identify what the strong suits are, like lean into that. And especially like a perfect example. I know I'm not supposed to spins. I'm gonna break your mantra here. But so this record, this is Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rakim. This is a record that in my area is $75. But I saw at least 4 or 5 copies of this because they're a New York, rap group. And I got my copy at the cheapest price possible, $35. So $75 in St. Louis, $35 in New York, like done deal Holyfield. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like just even seeing the hip hop crates and stuff. I don't even look because I'm like, I see like, oh, Blueprint, everybody's going crazy. I'm like, any record store north of the city has that. Like, has it like consistently, right? So you're right about the regional aspect of it. That's DJ heaven. All the 12 inches that are all out there, all the hip hop. It's all just DJ collections just keep on getting passed on and resold.
I mean, first pressing straight out of Compton, something I would have expected to see in LA. Like, I have never seen one in the flesh. It's even got that early parental advisory sticker. Like, suit me up. Like, couldn't get. So yeah, to Arnold's point, like I probably threw him for a curveball because, you know, like everywhere I went, I'm like, dude, I just gotta like hone in on hip hop first, and then let the rest kind of play out.
That's cool.
So at every fair, there's always this one record booth. There's always like this fancy record booth with the box sets, the $300 something box sets. Did you guys see anything that was like, whoa, that looks like a holy grail? Or did you see any booths that mostly had box sets in it?
I didn't come across any.
There
I saw
was one
the museum that is Rockaway Records.
Oh, the museum. Vinyl Museum. I mean, Rockaway Records. Rockaway Records is in Austin too. They're based out of LA. They have some stuff that'll make you go, wow. Not only in terms of what it is, like they had Stone Temple Pilots record autographed by the band. That's neat. They had that Smith's 45 that Arnaldo.
I've never seen it in the flesh. I was like, can I see it? Because he only had the photocopy of it. And he's like, oh no, we don't have that here. We left it in the vault.
So that tells me they did not anticipate selling it, but in the off chance they did sell it,
but they did say it's not even ours. We're selling it on consignment for a friend. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but there were quite a few other. There was an $8,000 7-inch of the Stones, Beast of Burden, the censored cover. Wow. But you only saw the photocopy because they didn't bring it. Then there was another Beatles record that I think that was the highest price record on that table, was $15,000. Also, they didn't bring it. So I'm like, it's like a museum.
What the fuck is Beatle related? That's $15,000.
You can go to my video.
Oh, look at this! This is a professional YouTuber right here. Look at that cheap look. I love it.
I don't even remember because I'm like, I see $15,000. I'm like, it's like it probably was something rare, like a promo or some kind of limited.
Have you? I saw when I went to WFMU in 2018. There was a guy selling those Beetle cuts, the little bits of hair. Have you ever seen those?
Haircut.
Yeah, they used to sell like little bits of like George Harrison's haircut, little snippets of hair. But that would have been more pricey than a record worth $15,000. I think. I don't know.
Well, I got a strategy. Pull a couple hairs off your head, and then we'll put them in a vial. And next time we go to Austin, we'll say these are John Lennon's pubic hairs. What do you think about that?
I would probably pay good money for Aphex Twin did that. He had like snippets of his haircut. I think there were promos. So you know. They are weirdos like me. I was like,
I thought the prices were pretty inflated in a lot of tables, but I did get the vibe if they knew what you were looking for. Like there was 2 times I bought records, I gave it to them, and the price said one thing, and they knocked off. Without me even like trying to haggle them, they just dropped the price. And
but the key is in any kind of negotiation. Now you can clip this one off for a YouTube short spins. Is you got to put the onus, 2 things. You got to put the onus on them to identify the best price. And then you also got to make them feel like they won. So an example is like, if they're like, so that NWA record was a guy out of Pittsburgh, Mind's Eye, really cool stuff. I'll be transparent. He had $100 on it. And I said, what's your best price? Could you do 80? It's 20%. And he thought about it and he's like, yeah. So you kind of already know in your mind, like, what do you think would be a reasonable price? What you're willing to pay? But I also will sometimes be like, what's the best you can do on this? And that worked on a couple other records too. And so then, then you know where their head's at. Sometimes you can push them a little bit lower, but sometimes they beat you what you already had in your mind. So put the onus on them, but then also let them feel like they won. Because then if you want to come back to their table later in the show or see them the next year, it's all about relationships and making sure that you both come out of it clean.
Well, that's got to be one of the hot takes, right? Is that I would guess a lot of those people out there expecting to get haggled with, right? I mean, they're going to mark their stuff up. You got to go when they're looking to bargain, right, and to negotiate.
There's no doubt. I mean, I had one guy. He split a table with somebody. I forget what row he was in. I asked him about a record. He goes, "Oh, that's my partner's," and I was like, "All right, I'll come back because I want to work on the price." And he was like, "Well, what do you want to do?" I was like, "I want to do this." He goes, "Yeah, he'll do that." So I'm like, "Oh, obviously, like you guys know that you priced all this stuff up, and your
money
you guys
talks
have
and
your
bullshit
partners."
walks. I mean, that's
Yeah.
cash is king. I mean, and that's the main. We've talked about this on Service Noise before. Is if you got cash, they'll dance. If you do card and stuff, you got to be a little bit more strategic. But yeah, cash.
They like PayPal a lot. Sellers love PayPal as well.
Yeah, anything that's not where they have to pay a fee. If you do like friends and family.
PayPal, they did a lot of Venmo.
Yeah,
I don't.
I took cash, so I didn't break my budget.
Oh,
that was my goal.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I think cash is probably the best bargaining option that you have with them.
That, and if you just say I know Rojas, it's another 10% off easy. So
yeah, somebody said I could use my EBT card because I knew Jason Rojas. So is that a strategy?
Oh, you mean that guy? That guy.
One day he's gonna drop the record,
guys.
make him big.
Hold on, Jay. Hold on.
There he is.
Hey guys, I just have a rare record.
I think I'm the guy that's
He's holding a Mazda Miata in his hands, folks. He has a Mazda Miata.
I'm sorry, not sorry.
It's a turquoise. That's all we got to say.
Cry.
Well, that actually brings up a good question. Did anybody bring records to trade, or were people doing that?
I didn't.
I chickened out at the last second just because since it was new terrain for me. Like Austin, like Jose and Jason gave me great advice, but I had been to Austin before, so I kind of knew. Like if I needed, like I knew where to go, right? Like there's the guy in the center of Austin that I just talked to some Austinites tonight. Actually, the guy from San Antonio, I knew he would do deals because he's always got the same stuff I'm looking for. So I had that kind of New York. I didn't want to lug a bunch of stuff, and then I've never dealt with a lot of those dealers up there, so I didn't want to, be stuck holding a bag literally of records when I already knew I was probably going to be carrying a heavy bag of acquired records. So it just didn't make sense to me.
Chins, I'm very disappointed at you because I've been to France with that piece of shit bag that you see me with, and I've traded the fuck out of those records.
I know.
We just went like 4 states away. All right.
I know.
Next time.
Well, I mean, truth told, I told Jason and Arnaldo this is that, and Cesar if he's here. When I saw Vinyl Rescue had, and dealers are smart too, they put out preview pictures of what they were going to have at the fair. And so Vinyl Rescue Mike, he had a picture of that Nirvana Bleach, the white one, and that's something I'm interested in. I wasn't exactly interested in paying $3,000 for it. So then and Jason even said, well, to bring records to trade. So the night before I went down and some of my trade pile, I mean, just doing the math, I mean, that would mean I would need at least 10 $200 records to just be in the ballpark. So I'm gonna haul 10 $200 records.
So you didn't want to give up. You didn't want to give up your Taylor Swift RSD.
No, because I mean it's so hard to get those records for days back. I mean, come on, like those are memories. Those aren't just records.
You could have gotten 2 of those bleaches if you had just given up that Taylor Swift record.
Yeah, well, but the math just didn't work. I mean. Again, Jose, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but
do you have the Taylor Swift red color vinyl? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you're talking about the CMA release, the pre-release? No, I don't have that one. I know of it.
I saw a guy selling here, and it was gone like before I asked.
Is it $5? Was he another $5 guy, Jose?
It was like $50.
Oh, that's a steal! Wow.
Yeah, that's like a what, 800.
Oh, that's approaching $1,000. That's almost $2,000. Yeah, because that was a CMA, so that's Country Music Association.
And I was so mad. I literally wrote to the person, "You got scammed, fuck," and then I left. Facebook Market.
That's one thing I didn't do it in New York, because I probably could have looked at Facebook Marketplace, but it was just a whirlwind time in New York, so I don't think I had time to wheel and deal like that.
That's the only thing that I don't like about New York. There's no garage sales in the city. Nobody has a garage.
No garages.
You don't want to fucking go to anybody's house in the middle of Spanish Harlem. So you're like, fuck. So
Get it. Estate sales in New York.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the state sale in New York. Some dead old guy with the mark still in the couch. I don't want to be there. They're depressing me. But if they got good records, probably.
A deal's a deal, Jose. Come on, man.
Yeah. You bought records from a tomato vendor. Remember
Yeah.
Oh, but I was scammed the fuck out of that shit. Interestingly enough,
don't act all high and mighty now, Jose.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
like,
Hey, I mean, I got scammed one every 30 times. So I'll say I've gotten scammed on Facebook Market. That's pretty good. I think that's good numbers.
Did you get the spaghetti incident from the tomato vendor?
No, I didn't got shit. But I will say that there's only been 2 artists that I've gotten, Selena and Chelino. That's the only 2 artists I've ever gotten scammed over, because people know what they have. So if it seems like they don't, they do. They're just scamming me.
So, Jose, do you have to go outside? Do you have to go to the U.S., the continental United States, to go to fairs, or is there anything down there that's pretty cool?
There's one here every month. There's one every Sunday in Mexico City, and there's some huge market for the kind of stuff that I collect. Or I get most everybody here collects, because they have a lot of 90s stuff. They love like grunge and Soundgarden and Alice in Chains. That's like crazy over there. So
How about Hootie and the Blowfish? Do they have Crack Rear View? Because that's one that's not easy to find. I'm sure that one's bootlegged a lot down there.
I think I have the cassette. I have a cassette of Hootie and the Blowfish, but I don't know if I have it here. That would be amazing. I think.
I don't want Meriwether Johnson, Jose. I want Cracked Rear View.
No.
There's a big difference. Okay.
Yeah. No, but there's a lot of. But I mean, Austin is by bus, which sucks, right? But it's 8 hours. I sleep at night, and I arrive there, and last time I met a inmate that just went out, and because Chance was a little late, so I met a fellow inmate.
This guy would have probably eaten Jose like a cannibal.
You remember that guy? I was a little worried, but he was like chill. But I think the best. I'll say like the best record fair that I've been to ever is in Barcelona, the Barcelona Record Fair. It's in a huge warehouse. It's not as big as Den Bosch, right? Of course, but I would say like I would recommend that one because it's twice a year from all over the world. People go there. I like there was a guy just selling like records from Argentina, which is in Spain is really like the markup is really big. But I would suggest it as because it's normally like December or whatever or in July. So if anybody wants to do like a trip with the family, go to Barcelona and eat some tapas and shit, and then go to the fair. Because a lot of the Den Bosch sellers go to the Barcelona one, and it's twice a year. I think Den Bosch is twice a year, right?
I think so, yeah.
But
speaking of Den Bosch, so Lance from Permanent was there, so he's really racking up the frequent flyer miles. So he was. I think when we walked in talking about the rolling suitcase, here's Lance with the rolling suitcase, and Arnaldo and I walk in, and I looked right at him. I was like, "Hey, Lance, you gonna leave some records for the rest of us?" And he's like, "Nope." Matter of factly, so all I can do is tip off the cap to him. And now he's in Den Bosch. I think he was in Holland. I think he went his video. Yes. He's up Holland records, and then now he's going to Den Bosch. So it's quite some frequent flyer miles.
It was really funny seeing Dylan and Lance talk because they had like a bunch of records. And they were like, "I already have this. I already have this. I already have this." And he's like, "I need this." And he was like, for every 50 records, he didn't have one. So that was pretty. So I'm seeing. Oh, nice. Oh, you're going to Guess Who? Oh, that's nice. My friend. There's a lot of people playing at the Guess Who. Like whatever the fuck that is. Concepcion Huerta is also playing. So check that out. Fuensanta. Who else I know? Luz, which means light. That's a great band as well. So check it out. Sorry, I got excited. I actually got
How is the stores after the show that Arnaldo and Chance went to? Did you guys have a lot of luck just doing the normal record crawl or no?
Yes, I think Chance, you probably got at least one record from every store that we went to, except
Well,
for
I
one.
try because I feel bad because I like to get store stickers because even though you couldn't tell on my current travel case, my last travel case, rest in peace, the one that the handle broke off after my first trip in Austin because it was so full. I used to put store stickers on there like a travel luggage. And so I feel kind of bad, like going into a store, not buying something and then asking for a store sticker. So if it's just like what was the one? It was an A1. I just bought a 45. Was that the place, Arnaldo? You found it, the whole doll parts one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So even if it's just a
A1,
45, then I'll try to because, I'll patronize them and also like, oh, yeah, I bought something from A1 or Jason's buddy, Travis and Human Head. He got a few more shekels from me than most. But
yeah, Jason, I finally started to hit the 45 wall of boxes of 45 at A1. Yeah, I ended up not getting anything for myself, but I passed one on to Chance. I thought you bought something else there too, but you just bought
I was looking at a couple things, but I was getting a little vinyl fatigue at that point. I think I was getting later on Saturday, and so need a little fresher.
So what's it? And when you're at WFMU, I mean, how are you scrutinizing all the records before you buy them? Are you getting home? Are there any surprises or anything like that when you get home with these things, or you know what you're getting?
Well, your money's not there anymore.
Yeah, it's a magician. Yeah, it's the David Copperfield of your wallet. You show up with cash and then you leave with none. But no, I mean Arnaldo. Again, he knows I'm just joshing him, but Arnaldo's very meticulous. Like he's looking it over. He's discogsing. He's doing a lot of the work. I'll do some of that, but I also here's a perfect example. A store we went to in Brooklyn on Sunday had a Nirvana, the live album, the '96 Wichita or whatever that album was.
Muddy Banks.
Muddy Banks of the Wichita, right? Great condition. It's on the wall, like immaculate, to the point where you would almost think it's the reissue.
Yeah, we questioned whether or not it was in such good condition that how can this be 25 years old, this record, right?
But it was like
90s.
Yeah, fantastic. He even the store owner even played it a little bit for us. And again, this is a store situation. To the point where Arnaldo, after I bought it, I did buy it. Arnaldo's like, "Are you sure that's not the reissue?" Because man, so then he got me questioning because it's possible they use the same plates. They did it in '96, and then the reissue is 2016. So then I'm in the backseat of the car, like sweating. I was like, "Oh no, did I just do a rookie mistake?" And so I'm discogsing on the back, and fortunately, there is a line of delineation. The reissue has a little concave part on the center label, which we can talk about concave here in a second, versus the one I got. So I did get a true first pressing, but sometimes you want to cover as much ground as possible so you can lean into what you do know, but sometimes you have to take a flyer on what you don't know. And I guess it all depends on how much of a risk you want to take. Like, for example, there was a dealer there at WFMU that had 3 butcher covers, Arnaldo, right?
No, if we're talking about the same one, the one that I brought you over, I think he had 4 or 5.
And they were just in a little record box. They weren't, sometimes these dealers will put them on the wall and they'll have don't even look over here unless you're serious. They really are proprietary. He just had them in a normal record box, like Phil Collins records. It's unreal.
You have these in the box up on your display thing.
Yeah, as opposed to the guy. So then a guy 2 down from him was a UK dealer, and that's another thing too. New York had a lot more UK dealers and dealers. Again, things I would never see in my area. And there was a gentleman that had not 1 but 2 Black Sabbath debut Vertigos, and he had prices on everything else on his table except those 2. And I actually kind of overheard because I was curious, what do you? The guy's like, this one's 1,000 and this one's 600, and I was like, oh. Check, please.
There was something else we didn't have a price on the sealed Guns N' Roses with the
band cover.
The censored cover. Yeah.
You should have told him, hey, I got the Rhino hi-fi, so fuck you.
I got the unnumbered one. I got the one.
You got the unnumbered one. Fuck you.
Was there
Oh.
any graded records there? I'm curious about that.
Slabzilla, there was, and I'm bad at the alphabet soup, so I know it was the VMG guys, and I don't think it was Drew's AH. It was like AGA. It was one of them, and
Yeah.
I'm not being disrespectful when I say this. Like there was no one like checking out their table. Like that's strictly a, hey, we're here. We might get a small pittance of people who are interested in this. Same thing goes for, there was that coffee table book a couple years ago, Dust and Grooves, which is a great coffee table book about record collectors. They just came out with a new edition, volume 2, and they have another book that's about portable record players. And they were there too promoting it. In fact, they were offering 10% off if you wanted to buy it from their website and have it shipped to you, which I should have done, but I didn't. That's a long story. But things like that, it's more about awareness. It's about
Right.
making connections, but also networking, right? And yeah, so I think that's what the slab guys were there for, because there was not a lot of foot traffic.
I mean, was it just the companies that slab the records, or were there any vendors there with slabs?
I don't think I saw any
see any.
slabbing for sale. I think it was more of like, we will slab your records. We're, you know,
Okay.
one of those guys.
But like,
So
I still don't know why do they have to be at the fair? Because what type of record are you buying to get slab there?
Oh, clearly Michael Fremer, you can't take a joke. By the way, I did see Michael Fremer. It was kind of like a Jurassic Park. I saw him the first day. It was like a pterodactyl. And for the record, I know people are fixated on how tall I am. I am Andre the Giant compared to Michael Fremer. So shout out, no disrespect.
But who's taller, Ronnie James Dio, an actual elf, or Michael Fremer?
Or Danny DeVito. Let's do
Oh
it.
yeah,
I've seen Danny DeVito with his dog outside in New York.
Jose, we'll tackle that one next week on the A side. How about that? That's what we call the deep tease. We'll have
I gotta wait a lot for like a lot of things.
who is the vendor with, you know, like the record slab was here, and then there was a vendor like against that pillar. They had really nice stuff, really expensive stuff. Like everything was like $300 or more.
like
They
kind
had,
of
like,
in the
three-
center. The center.
Yeah,
of the-
kind of in the center against that pillar. They had a 9-inch nails,
Pretty hate
and
machine.
like a pretty hate machine, like in
Oh,
a rack behind.
I think I know who bought that. I think they're in the gallery this evening, if I'm not mistaken. Reveal
Well,
yourself if you wish, but yeah.
That table was incredible with everything. There wasn't a record under $100 there. It was insane. But they had really nice stuff. I don't know what the name of the vendor was. And then they were like, it was the same situation. Oh, like this is our box, but I have these down here. So people are like going behind the table, and I'm like,
I must have missed that. You said it was in the middle.
Arnaldo with his monocle, he couldn't get them all. Couldn't get them all.
He was missing the forest for the trees.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I know not everybody went. We still got a few minutes. Jason, Jose, Dawson, anyone else have any experience at other record fairs that you want to talk about? Any interesting things or things to avoid?
Yeah,
Go
at
ahead,
the
Jay.
St.
Or
Catharines.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So at the St. Catharines Record Fair, it was I think the first one of the few I went to. They took out I think 3 big rooms in the hotel lobby, so they had the 3 conference rooms there, and there was lots of booths. It was one of my first. I said, okay, where do I go? How do I tackle this? But after going to many conventions of different sorts, I would say that usually the ones on the outside, they pay more so that they can be noticed like on the outside. So I would start with the outside, and then I would go like to the middle one, the 1 or 2 middle booths, because they pay the most. Now, if they pay the most, they're probably going to have the best products, and they have the best products, then they have something you're probably looking for. So that's kind of like a general rule I would do. I'd go and work around the borders, the outside as someone else would do. And so I would always come in mind, for that one, I had the Anvil first record in mind. So I'd always have a record in mind that I would look for. I want to know what the sleeve looks like, or what the outer edge looks like, and also maybe what label it looks from, because you can tell sometimes you can tell a Columbia from an RCA from Atlantic Records. You know what the spine looks like. So once you have that in mind, and you can work your physical strategy around, and you go and execute. But one of the great things was when I was at some place in Hamilton for a garden convention, I met the Canadian pickers there. And so they're like kind of like the American pickers, where they have a show on History TV, and they know how to find the things. So if you meet the people who know how to find the things, you're going to know how to find the things. So that really gave me some confidence when I was looking for that. So I had an Anvil concert, coming up in a couple weeks, back when I bought the record. And of course, it was the last booth I went to, right in the middle. They had it. I said, okay, I'm going to get one of those. And then I also got Burton Cummings' Woman Loves. So I got some good Canadian records. And that's kind of a general sense of my strategy when I go to buy records.
Dig it. Oh, you're
You're
muted.
muted,
Spin.
Spins, you're muted.
You're muted.
Jason, you're muted.
So sorry. Thank you. I was too busy talking to hear you.
You're saying some important shit. There's no doubt about it. Go ahead.
I know, and I forgot all of it. Rojas, I know you're generally picking through the dollar bins, getting those turquoise LZ1s, but you got any pointers for us? Or things to avoid?
Let me just say this one thing. When you're carrying this in Den Bosch and you're trying to trade this to Europeans,
Oh,
it's a
no,
no-go.
this has become like the turquoise.
It's a no-go. Like, you're like, hey, she's about to hit the bowl. Are you ready to party?
It's a no-go?
Right. And like, hey, I got it signed. Are you ready?
Oh, look at that.
They're just like, no, absolutely no. Like,
No,
come on.
now, if you had a David Hasselhoff record signed, they'd be all over that shit. Like, why not?
She's lit. She's lit right now. Smoke this.
She's lit.
Thank God my
faded.
daughter's not watching. She would want me to get that record off Rojas.
How much, Jay? How much?
How much for the kid?
How
Jay?
much?
How much for
How
the kid?
much?
Let's ask Jose. Jose, how much signed?
I wouldn't pay $1 for that shit.
Don't ask Jose. There's no cleavage on it. He's not going to buy it.
That's probably like 200, I would guess. Like 200. I know my Taylor Swift vinyl market. I know it.
We can broker a deal right here on the B side as long as I get 10%. Go ahead, Chris.
But Jason, would you trade a Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch for the Taylor Swift?
Does it come with the racist remarks he did? Wow, I'm fucking kidding.
How about an Elvis Presley reissue 45 box set from Third Man Records? Now that is a bargain.
It's getting tempting. He's going to crack in a second.
There's a girl here in Monterey that she sells like when every time she releases a record, she goes to the US, buys every single variant, brings them here and sells them. And she's like loaded, like I've seen her at there's the record fair that it's every month here. Her booth is basically like 6 artists. It's like Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift and like every One Directioner and like all those Japanese like K-pop and J-pop artists. People going nuts over that stuff. So that's what happens when you live. I
was gonna say, there you go, Jose. You're barking up the wrong tree, man. You're in the wrong country trying to sell that thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, heck, man. I think we're like right on time for the podcast proper, and Chance is here to see it. I love it. No editing.
Yeah.
No editing, Chance. Going
That's
right up.
Well, my favorite. That's what we need. That's what we love to see.
I love it. All right, guys. If you're watching live, do not go anywhere. Of course, we have the freestyle coming up for you. That's where we're going to show a whole mess of records that we picked up. And then we're going to get into that Cure record. So those of you that are waiting for that, don't worry. It's coming. For everyone else, thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff.
I got to say, the like quotient is a little underperforming. So remember, this is a free broadcast. All it takes is a little clicky click on that thumbs up or thumbs down. I know the Bleach Boys are out there. Go ahead and hit that thumbs down, Bleach Boys. No problem.
Nah, William already finished.
There's a first time for everything, Jose, and I think that would win it.
He's a pre-adolescent guy. I don't know. All right, what's the next topic?
All right. Thanks everyone for being here. We see you guys next time. Let us move into the freestyle.
Oh, it's the freestyle already? Damn.
I don't know. Let's check. Guess so.
Shit, made Jose disappear. Call that Houdini. He's there before the graphic, and he's gone after. Look at that.
That was good. All right. Well, so I know you guys picked up some fun stuff, and so let's get into that. Hopefully, everyone's picked up some records recently. I know I have, even though I wasn't at WFMU. I still got some good stuff recently. So, but everyone, yeah, let's see what you guys got, man. Arnaldo, why don't we start with you? If you're good with it, do you have something close by?
Yes, I do. How about I do a selection, right?
Okay.
Because I don't want to bore everybody, and let's see. Let's start off with. So the guy that we were mentioning earlier, C6, Chris.
Yeah.
Yao is his name. I got the Suede album, Blood Sports. This was their first album when they reunited. This has been reissued, but this is the pressing that came out in 2013. So the first pressing, he had that. Then I got also. This is something that's kind of easy to find in the US, but I could never find a UK copy of Tears for Fears.
Ooh, nice.
Songs from the Big Chair, because this one had the UK version, has the inner sleeve, which the US one does not. Yeah, the US one is kind of lame. It has nothing in it. It's just a plain polyline sleeve.
Is there a big chair inside?
Yes, there is.
Can I see?
At the
No,
same
real,
I also got Bjork's Vespertine.
Ooh, that's cool.
The good shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Double. And
That
then,
vendor was amazing.
yeah, and then Belly's debut album, King. All they're all UK pressings. So he had some good stuff. So do I want to let someone else go?
Heck, you just took up like 80 seconds. I mean, what you got anything?
Oh, I got a lot more, but I just want to give other people space.
Okay. We can go round and round.
Chance disappeared. He went to get his. Chance had a little trunk. You know the travel trunks that DJs use, the ones that are reinforced. That's what he showed up with.
That does not surprise me. I'm surprised he didn't bring that to Portland.
So on top of his selector bag, that was the travel. That was only for record shopping. But when he went back, he stacked all the records that he bought between the fair and the other stores that we went to, all in this big trunk, the travel trunk. And I was like, "Are you sure you're going to be able to fit that on the overhead?" And you did, Chance, right?
Yeah. So
You're going to show your travel trunk?
Because you don't want to check that stuff in, right?
I've seen he brought that to Austin, I think.
So this is a DJ case, but it has no wheels. So, it's when I travel with this. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just went downstairs to get some stuff. I'm not as spry as I used to be. No, that case is great because it's virtually indestructible. Problem is that it weighs, I think, a metric ton. So if you need to change planes and go to the other end of O'Hare Airport, like I had to do, you have to carry this 80-pound record baby, like literally in your arms. It's a load. But the other thing is, when you're on the smaller planes, like that's the worst. It will fit in the overhead, but sometimes you get on those smaller planes that are like 2-seaters, like American Eagle as part of American, and you got to wedge that sumbitch like in there.
Are you flying on jets now? What is that shit?
When the helicopter's not available, Jose, I'll take the private jet. I'll take the Lear.
All right.
All right. Well, you want to go, Chance? You're already been blown up here. So
shit, I'm just look. This is like Akeem Olajuwon. I just ran some suicides, boys. I need a. So Arnaldo's already put his video out. He put the rest of us to shame, and I know Jefferson did a flip video coming. So I'm gonna probably hold a few things back, but you saw obviously the Akeem record.
I wish I had a "What's in a Box" sounder, dude. But what's in the box?
Oh, that's a good record. I like that
So,
record.
yeah, never see
record.
originals of this. Veruca
Yeah.
Salt, American Thighs, Seether, signature track on that. In fact, the dealer is day 2, and the dealer's like, I'm surprised that hasn't sold yet. It's like, you haven't met me, sir. Here I am. Let's see. So the record that I was kind of talking about it when we walked in, Arnaldo had like a beeline for this international dealer. I think Clem was his name, who had a lot of really like great European heat that Jefferson had already picked over once. And so he had the DOC. So this is an upgrade copy for me. This is No One Can Do It Better. It's been reissued, like I think for Record Store Day, but obviously it's on Ruthless. Dr. Dre produced this. He would have been Snoop if he didn't get in a car accident that crushed his larynx. This guy had great flow, great lyrics, great beats because Dre was producing. Like the last track on this, I think it's called Lyrical Gangbang, if I'm not mistaken. And it the grand finale. Sorry, it's got like everybody and anybody, and it is.
It was sexual either way.
Yeah. So it's an upgrade copy for me. And then so I got also another upgrade copy. This is the first US. But what sucks, this is great condition, is then I went to another table not far from this one, and they had the UK first. Twice the price. You know what I mean? Like I'm okay paying half.
It happens.
I talked about White Zombie. I mean, obviously, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I picked up the 12-inch in Austin, but I didn't ever in my life think I would find the European pressing of this. This is a $15 steal. Jason will like this one. Original meters. This was $20. This was a good value on this one. And then that dealer Yao had some real nice 90s stuff. I got that White Zombie I might have talked about before. Original pressing, Incubus, A Crow Left to Murder. So that's 2004. Then, so talking about strategy, right? So there was a dealer that had a record that's been on my want list for a minute. When I show it, it might make sense. He had it, but I couldn't like talk to this guy. He was like doing like other things. Him and his partner every time they were from San Francisco. Anytime I went by his booth, I just wanted to see this wall record. So I got to the point where like, you know what, maybe it's just not meant to be. Like literally I went by this guy's table 4 times because I wanted to look at this record. I was busy every damn time. So I thought if it's there on day 2 and I can get this guy, it was like the bar. I'm like the ugly girl at the bar trying to get the bartender's attention. And finally got to his table when it was real slow, asked to look at it, and picked up finally a first pressing of Pieces of a Man. Price on this, like it's the color label. Don't get the white one that you would think is a promo is actually a second pressing.
I've never heard that one.
So
I thought you had that one. You got a nice little collection going then.
So I have the second pressing, which again,
Okay.
From appearances, you would think it's white label is a first, but it's actually the first repress. But so I got the Sundays. This is a record club pressing, but it's got that one song, Here's Where the Story Ends. Remember your 90s Dawson's Creek kind of vibe.
Absolutely.
And then I showed Craig Mack. You never see this anywhere, especially in shrink with hype sticker. Like they've only repressed this once. Never would I find this anywhere probably but New York. So happy on that. I showed the NWA, I think. And then let's see. Oh, I got this at Academy. So this is a Shuggy Otis record that Dylan from Noble Records actually had, but I missed it. John, Digital Gramophone, grabbed it. Good for him. But I was happy to grab this guy.
Which Academy did you get that
Ryan
one?
Otis was his father.
That was on the 12th. That was the one on 12th Street.
On 12th Street. Okay, I don't remember.
Yeah. So, gosh, I don't know. Should I hold anything back for this video? No one will watch the video if I show all the goods. Right?
Show it.
You can hold something back.
I'll show one more, and then I'll keep a couple surprises.
I already saw what it is.
Yeah, you already saw what it is. So
There you go.
did not get the white one. I got the black one. So it's the same plates.
No poster.
Yeah, no poster, but it did have the Sub Pop order form. So the poster is just
That's cool.
I may have to Frankenstein it. And so this was a good because if you watched, this is called cheap plug. If you watch my Noble Records adventure, this was the record I had earmarked when I went there. And then when I went there, I did a complete 180 and went after that Zombies Oracle and Odyssey because I figured I would never see that. Then Arnaldo rubbed it in my face because he got a copy on his own, half the price a couple weeks later. But guy had this, same price as Dylan had it. And going back to what I was saying, I looked it over, checked what I needed to check, and I said, "What's your lowest on this?" And he goes, so then he, here's the game. He goes, I said, "What's your lowest on this?" He goes, "What's the lowest you want to pay?" And so I said, "I want to get as close as 300 as you can get." And he said, 300 done. Pum, pum, pum. I was like at Scores. That old nightclub, strip club in New York.
Take my money, please.
Exactly.
Well,
So I was happy to grab that because, again, the white one would have been nice, but at $3,000, when I can get that one, which is the same plates, like the white one was 1,000 press, that was 2,000 press, same plates for literally a tenth of the price. It's probably as close as this guy's going to get. Plus, it was cheaper than what I was potentially going to pay at Noble. And Travis Foley, if you're watching, it was cheaper than you paid for it from our friends at Gold Pan. You paid $350, so outdid you, playa.
No Dave Grohl, so it's a perfect record.
Oh my God! I can't believe you would say that. That's sacrilege. Don't kick a man when he's down. Dave's had a hard year, Jose. Come on.
Jose with the mic drop.
I actually
Jeez,
think
man.
In Utero is the best Nirvana. So,
Did Arnaldo? Did you show that one, Arnaldo, when I was gone?
I know that right now.
Oh yeah, hang on, Jose. Ask and you shall receive. This is what we call magic. Woo!
Oh, there it is.
Not the U.S. one; it's the European one. So
Cool.
and put it away. I don't want to see that. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Anybody here got the box set that came out like this year? The huge one?
No. Can I show Jason? Can you make me big? Because I do want to show one more record that's not WFMU related.
You got it.
So it's been a couple weeks, and I think I'm only told maybe Arnaldo and Jason this story. So I had an impromptu work situation. I was in the office one morning, and they're like, "We need to evacuate the building," kind of situation. I was like, "Okay." So I had a little bit of time on my hands, so I went to some stores I don't normally go to, including an antique mall, just to kill time, right? And so I know there's one record dealer there that has like 45s. I bought some 45s for like $5 a piece. And he had a box of LPs, and the lead record was this Miles Davis Round About Midnight.
That's a good
And
one.
so I thought that's got to be a reissue. Like, there's just no way. There's just no way that that's a 6i mono first.
Nice.
And what do you know? And the vinyl is cherry and spins. How much do you think I paid for this? I'm just guess. Can we take a poll? Jason, can we take a poll?
Let's do a poll. Hold on.
Because this was probably score of the year. I'm just going to say this.
$12.
Oh, Jose, that's too much. Too much, Jose.
$3.
Wait, under
Yeah,
12
too
bucks?
Five.
Wyoming Dave, we don't need to do a poll. Wyoming Dave is dead on the money. $5 buckaroos.
What you don't know is the Wyoming Dave sold it to you.
Oh, that was your booth, Dave? I didn't know. I had no idea.
He was selling that
Makes
shit.
complete sense.
Shades.
My
have a copy
only
of that
regret. My only regret is he had like a Post-it note on it that said $5, and the antique guy took it away, and I didn't get to take a picture. So it's complete like hearsay. But I'm telling you, I would show you my credit card statement. And this thing, and the jacket is tight, the vinyl is crisp and shiny, and so anyway.
I was all excited to do a poll, man. Now that I know how to do one.
But did he have anything else?
Hashtag fake news, maybe. I don't know.
What did he add anything else?
No, that was the best of the best. Oh, Louis Golden's here. Yeah, Wyoming Dave, cheap plug for our friend Louis Golden with that record.
I got that.
So is it going to get to the point where we're going to ask who doesn't have Louis Golden's
Hold on. Go ahead, Dave.
I haven't bought it yet because Louis knows that I'm saving up for things.
Golden or orange, whatever.
Very cool.
He knows I'm gonna buy.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good
Right,
music.
Louis?
I like it.
Right.
Very nice, very nice. All right. Who's next? Chris, you want to go? Since you were at the show?
I'm not following that.
I know I'm trying to get anyone else to follow Chance. There's no way I'm following that.
I just put that meat on the table, boys. I'm sorry. I would like to be beaten, please.
What was I thinking, dude? I should have made him go last. I don't know what I was thinking.
So I've gotten a ton of stuff lately, but I'll just show my WFMU pickups.
All right.
So the first thing I got here is this 1961 Epic press. I think it was
nice.
originally on
Nice.
Terra. So this is Blakey in Paris
With
pull
Bud
it out
Powell
a
and
little
Lee Morgan, dude. That's
and
cool.
Lee Morgan. Yeah.
Can you pull
This
it
is
out a
pretty
little
cool.
more?
These albums are hard to
And
find.
Wayne Shorter. So this is my only jazz pickup. I tried to stay away from jazz at the show because I would have been there for 5 minutes and left. Let's see, just a couple of others. I found a true first press of Parliament's Chocolate City in just pretty good shape. So I'm happy about that. And I stayed on the P-Funk kick. I was really digging the whole show for these guys, and I found a Santa Maria Mothership Connection, which sounds freaking fantastic.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a little shrink on there. Yeah, it's great.
So does
So I
that
was
have
psyched
any
about those.
inserts? Because I know some of the Parliament albums do have like posters and coloring books and stuff like that.
So this one doesn't. I don't know if it ever came with it, but I know that One Nation Under a Groove I have the inserts for, and there's one other. Rojas might know a little bit better what the other ones are, but
Yeah,
I know I
copy,
have two.
My copy doesn't have an insert, but I don't. I also bought it used.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's one other record. It's a Funkadelic one that has the inserts. These next two I was ecstatic to find. One I really wasn't on my radar at all, but it popped up. And this is Bernard Purdy Soul Drums featuring the Funky Donkey. This is a 1968 stereo press.
I've heard that.
This thing is dead silent. I mean, it's in beautiful shape. I got it from Billy's, and I got another record from them. But this is like the find of the show for me, just not expecting to come across this at all. So this is pretty cool.
Wait, are there sex bots now on the chat?
Doctors.
Yeah, right. That's right. Keep going.
And the last one I got is a 1981 U.S. press of Joy Division's Closer. But this is the translucent vinyl. So I think there's like three different. I can't show it on camera, but when you put this up to the light, it's got like a brown translucent.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
I think the first two are like purple and blue or purple and red. This one's the brown, but this is sweet as well. I was really happy to find this. So those are my pickups.
That's their best record.
Very cool.
I have a rhino reissue of that Joy Division album.
Yeah, I have a couple of different versions of Closer. I was looking for Unknown Pleasures. But I know one vendor said they had it, but I didn't get to it in time. So
very cool.
There was a story in where did I send you photos of, Jason, when I was in Texas? I don't remember where the fuck I was. I was like deep south in Texas. I don't know where I was, but I sent Jason.
You were at a tomato stand, right?
No, that's very far away from Texas. Very far away from Texas. I did send you a photo. I don't remember, but it had Unknown Pleasures for like 200 US original or maybe UK. Oh, it was the UK. I remember that. I remember sending you a photo, Jason. I don't know, but it was cheap. But I was not gonna do it. All right, who's next?
I kind of want to go just because I do not want to go last. So let me just go. I'll just go quickly rapid fire. I have got a bunch of stuff, so I want to fly through this.
Let's go.
This one's kind of for chance. This is one we talked about before. This is Ahmad's Blues, Ahmad Jamal, and this is a record from 1958, but it did not come out until 93, I think, 94. But it was only on CD. It never came out on vinyl. Finally, around 2017, we got a press of this on vinyl, but it's tough to find, man, on wax. So we had the show and I brought this one up and I was like, man, I have to buy this thing. And there was one available on Discogs, and so I snagged it. But this is fantastic. This might be Ahmad Jamal, my favorite Ahmad Jamal record. It gets like 5 stars on All Music. I give it 5 stars. It's awesome.
So can I do a cheap plug for you, Jason?
Yeah.
If you haven't watched the Jazz Fantasy Draft that aired last night, where a young jazz bum named Philippe, some call him Felipe, some call him the Jazz Bum, some call him Dr. Jazz Bum. He drafted Ahmad Jamal, if I'm not mistaken, and Fun exercise. If you didn't watch the video live, highly encourage you. Chris was there. CB from What Can Brown Do was there. I think Wyoming Dave was in the gallery. So it's a great watch, a great concept. And do yourself a favor if you like jazz, watch that video. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, check it out on Spins Vinyl. That was really, really fun, man. I hope we do it again. One I'm really stoked about. I got a Edwin Bird's song right here, Music on Vinyl. And if you don't know who this is, Daft Punk sampled the first track on here, Cola Bottle Baby, to make Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. This is a kick-ass funk record, man. It's really, really cool. And I give this one 5 stars as well, man. And so fortunately, it's been reissued. I would say definitely snag that if you like some really creative, unique funk. It is there. Another one, and some of you guys will know who are here today. I did pick up the Don Blackman record.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
I had to. They had one left.
The last good thing Vinyl Me Please did.
Yep. And this was the last one on Amazon, so I snagged it. And now the price has gone up like $30. So
hang on a second.
I finally
Vinyl Me Please is on Amazon now, for crying out loud. Wow.
Finally got a win on that one. Great record. This is going to be like SOS Band or like oh god, who else? Yeah, that kind of thing. You're really funky. Okay, I'm gonna rifle through these, but I snagged a whole bunch of like OG. I've been really looking for my late 70s, early 80s, like electro funk, pop, R&B, kind of soul, early like Chance, looking for the early rap and stuff like that. So I picked up a Houdini Escape.
Nice.
Love that one. Had this on cassette back in the day. 5 minutes of funk on that one. I'll show this one really fast before everybody laughs, but I got a Best of Ray Parker Jr. right there.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
Wait, he had more songs? He had more songs for the Ghostbusters?
No,
He did.
He had 0 songs because he stole the Ghostbuster songs from Huey Lewis. He's a bastard.
You can't
The Best of Ray Parker. The Best of Ray Parker's a 12-inch single.
With that review, I'm never going to listen to that record.
Okay. I knew I shouldn't have brought that one out. How dare you?
Yeah.
I knew Chance would have.
Dirty
All right.
bastard.
Picked up a couple of new.
Wait, is the Ghostbusters songs on the greatest hits?
No. I'm sure it's a licensing thing. You got to get that on the soundtrack.
Bill Murray has entered the chat.
Well, if you pay him, he will be here.
New edition.
New edition. There you go.
New edition, folks.
Ooh.
Cool It Now, Mr. Telephone Man. And this has got If It Isn't Love. You guys don't remember those, man. Just
Jason, you know
love
what's
that
funny?
stuff.
What in the Boys to Men kind of cover is that?
So Spins,
As-
we were
absolutely.
at the shop. We were at a shop in Brooklyn.
That's why Johnny
and
Gill-
all those
Johnny
partner Walter found the first record with Candy Girl on it, which I'd never seen in the flesh. And like literally, they must have been babies, like Bobby, and it showed their pictures and their age and a astrological sign. So it said like Ricky is a Scorpio, and Bobby Aquarius. Like and these are like babies, you know what I mean? Like it was funny as hell.
Well, that's the great thing about the record covers. You can see just from that one. Now they're all grown up, you know. So it's like that's funny, man. Yeah.
They're all on cocaine now.
So much.
All right, I still don't know how to say this band's name. Matum, whatever that is, but that's Juicy Fruit right
I remember
there.
that song, Juicy Fruit. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Great
Man.
little slow jam.
Talking about cocaine.
I showed the Jesse Johnson LP before, and I mentioned that it does not have the single on it. His
Jesse
biggest
Johnson?
record,
I
Free
remember that.
World. Free World, for some reason, is on the B side, but that's a fantastic tune, man. It's very Prince-like.
That's a
This
soul
was-
glow hair, man. That's fucking max.
This was recorded at Jungle Love Studios, and even though I don't think Prince touched this, it's very Prince-like. So good stuff.
What if I told you I dressed like that for Halloween one year? Would you guys think less of me?
Right there? Oh, you know what? When I
Man,
clip
see-
this, I'm gonna put your face right there.
And
That's the best thumbnail. Yes,
A
sir.
little bit like Rick James.
Do you look like Kramer on that episode?
Dollar Tree Rick James.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of Fazo?
Whoa,
I
what-
never heard of these guys.
Maybe I've seen them. place.
This one's breaking the funk, man. It's really cool, man. You can see these guys are still stuck. They can't decide if they want to be in disco or if they want to,
Damn.
come
That
into the
looks
80s.
like Shark Tank and Lava Girl type shit. Ew, sick.
Is that one
This one
signed?
This one you guys know. Cameo, Word Up
Yeah, man. Yeah.
with Candy.
Damn, I've never seen any
Word
of
Up.
that in my life.
Jose,
I
you're
knew this
missing
was-
out. I mean, this is some peak cheese right here. This is great.
I
I
was
wasn't even born when Cameo put out that record.
No, I don't.
Exactly.
I've never seen those records.
Don't
the
disturb
system,
this
right?
groove. The
I like that
system.
The song.
I know. This is right. All this stuff's right up Wyoming Dave's alley. I'm sure you know all these.
I remember
This is
that
a
song.
great heat wave record right here.
You ever heard of? Yeah.
Hot Property. This one's fantastic. Super funk.
Does that
I
have
have.
Boogie Nights on it?
I don't think this one has Boogie Night.
Boogie Nights.
So they did the song. Oh God, now I'm not gonna be able to think of it. I'm not gonna be able to think of it. They do Central Heating. Groove Line. They do Groove Line. That's
Groove
on
Line,
Central
that's
Heating.
what I was talking
Yeah, yeah,
about.
yeah.
Groove Line.
Yeah, that's a good record too. I think this one overall is better. This one's really good.
Is this how it feels when I show records that I don't know shit?
Yes. Welcome to our world, Jose.
Yeah,
All right,
taste
man.
this one, Jose. Taste the rainbow.
I like looking at covers. So that's pretty good.
There you go, Jose. That's perfect for you right there.
Oh,
Full
look at that
force.
chest. That luscious chest.
They
He's got a
photoshopped the
head
guy on. They photoshopped the guy on the right.
Just for you, baby.
Got it in there.
Atlantic Star. I remember
Little
that.
Atlantic Star, and then a little Cool in the Gang, Ladies
There we
Night right
go.
there.
Cool in
And
the
this one's got
gang.
Too Hot. Too Hot. That's a great one. All right. Last but not least, I saved the best for last. I did a little trade with my guy. He's here today. His name is Chris. He doesn't want me to show it because I'm sure he regrets letting it go.
I don't.
Ooh, no
I don't at all.
Guys, hold on. I need a little drum roll.
He's like buying shit with that money.
Hang on, that's my walkout music.
Sorry, Chance.
That's all right.
There it is. 1977. Barton Hall Cornell Show. Yes, I finally got it. May 8th, my dad's birthday. Grateful Dead, for those that don't know.
What was that? The Record Store Day one or the? I don't remember.
No, it's the website exclusive.
All right.
Yeah,
Wait,
second
that's your dad's
pressing, right?
birthday? That's your dad's
Yeah,
birthday?
May 8th. Yeah, it's his birthday.
I did not know that.
So
I'm even happier now that you got it.
thank you, man. This is in the right hands now. I appreciate it. So that's the
course,
big
man.
one.
Of course.
That's all I got. Okay.
Cool.
Towel this man off. Towel this man off.
Woo! Telling you.
That box. I've heard that show 100 times. That box that was sitting on my shelf, and I was gonna pawn it off on eBay for 4x the value.
For nickels.
Once I knew that Jason was a deadhead, I'm like, we could work something out.
Nice.
Let's do it. So
Yep. You hooked it up. I appreciate you.
of course, man. All good.
All right. Whew, you're right. Telling me off, man. Okay, who's next?
I don't. I can go if you want.
Oh,
Let's do
here
it.
we go. Here we go. This bathroom break. Let's go. This will be about 15 minutes.
Everybody go off camera.
Haircut, you gotta
Everybody
go
off
poo
camera.
poo.
This record from the tomato
Let's go.
stand.
This is the appropriate time to go make a sandwich.
This is like when Dave Matthews Bland plays Crash Into Me. Everybody
That's
just
right.
goes in here. Yeah.
All right. Well, I do have a lot of records to show. All right. So nobody's gonna know them, but I'm really happy to show them, I guess.
Do it.
So I got this record. It's called 70 cents, 70 centavos. It's a self-made artist from here from Mexico called Arturo Mesa, and I love this album cover. It's an old lady with the Virgin Mary kind of thing going on in the back, or whatever. This is a folk record. He used to self-release his records. He still does. Most of them are really great experimental. This is like singer-songwriter stuff, but this goes for like $300. I was fortunate enough to meet a guy that had a radio station here, and he just said, give me like $15 for it. I was like, fuck yeah. And I met him, and I had a drink with him, and he was like, all right, I like you enough, give me the $15. And he sold me this and 2 other records, so I'm really happy about all that. Then I got this record, which one of my favorite records of all time. This is like ambient experimental music, very beautiful. It
What's
has
the
a
name of it, Jose?
It's Comala, which is the name of a city. There's actually today or yesterday, there's a new movie on Netflix called Pedro Paramo that you can watch. That is based on, I would say, my favorite Mexican novel of all time. And they just made a movie about it, and it takes place in this place. It's the city that, and but this is signed by him, and I was really happy about that. I got it off a record store here that really doesn't sell a lot of stuff I love, but the radio station guy that I just talked about, he sold all his records to this store. So I either get him from the guy himself, or I go to the store and buy the records for a lot more money. But so if you like, I don't know, branging or whatever, or getting into ambient music, but this is more ethnic. It has a Maria Sabina record track. So she's like, she was an indigenous woman here that was very famous for taking mushrooms. She used to do like mushroom ceremonies. Very beautiful. Folkways Records did a release of her chanting the songs. She didn't even speak Spanish. She spoke Nahuatl, if I'm not remembering wrong. But it's a very beautiful, mystical record. Arturo Meso, the guy that I just showed, he actually plays here. And I'm very fortunate. This guy died with not a lot of people knowing him, and all these records are really expensive now. This one is probably like $60, $100. I don't know, but very nice. All right, that's
Paula
it.
Harris.
What? What the fuck?
Nothing.
All right, but anyway, so shout out to Dana. I asked like 2 shows ago about a record show that was going on down in Too Many Records, right? So he helped me hook up with some records I was looking for. So shout out to him if he's here.
First, by Dana, you mean Dana Plato of Different Strokes fame? Is that who you mean, Dana Plato?
No, Kimberwood.
I know. I'm just messing with
you. All right. But so this is a beautiful record. It's gone a little up in price. I think I've never seen it myself around here. But if you like Joy Division, I think Jason might like it. If you like spooky, darky sounding stuff, you like Current 93, Death in June, Coil, stuff like that. But if you only know Joy Division from the band I just named, I think you would like this. Very eerie, very beautiful sounding, and they have great stuff. They still around, maybe, sort of.
What's the album name?
The World Is My Womb.
Cool.
So Nocturnal Emissions is the name of the band. Very, 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 I don't know. I like this record. I'm literally going to get the fuck out of here after this, and then I'll literally play this record. Very beautiful.
When did that come out? Is that like 80s, 90s?
Yeah, 80s.
Okay.
This is 87. So right around the thing. I wouldn't say this sounds 80s, but it sort of does. If you like This Mortal Coil, if you like This Mortal Coil, you might like this a lot. It's sort of like that eerie type stuff. And I don't know. I think it's a very underrated band. I've never seen anybody except, like mention them, but they're really cool. This one, maybe somebody here knows them.
I have that.
All right. Soft Cell guy.
Mark
Oh,
Allman.
yeah. Soft Cell's
Yeah,
great.
Mark Allman.
That's the best record Mark Allman has ever made.
Yes, that's the sad part of it. He has a lot of records. But this one is really nice. I would say it's a little like some parts of like the flamenco type shit is a little boring to me. But the other songs are very eerie, beautiful.
What's the title, Jose?
Mambas.
Torment and Toreros.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The name of the Torment
Got
and
it.
Toreros. Yeah. But this is really, I think it is cheap. You can get this for like $25-$30. This is a first pressing. Was like a
Jose, that is one of my all-time favorite records.
Oh, really? Oh, that's nice.
I'm a huge fan.
All right, that's nice. See, chance I can show some None of that horrible shit.
Does that one have Sex Dwarf? No, I'm kidding. I know it doesn't.
I wish. I wish.
If you know soft sell,
Yes.
that is
So-
the total opposite of soft sell.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, this is. But yeah, check it out. I think most people here, we never got to talk about the Cure. I think we're gonna cue that afterwards. But I would say like stuff like that. It's nice that it was happening. But Arnold, if you like this, I think you're gonna like this band. So
I've never heard of Nocturnal Emissions.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, again, this has gone a little bit off price, but it's really good. And this is, I think it's the only pressing maybe of that record. And then my absolute record that I was looking for, that Dana got to me, it's the second record by Coil. It's called Horse Rotovator. It's not my favorite Coil record at all, but I will say that I've been looking for it. This hasn't been reissued since like 2011 or something. I think it was only on CD. But yeah, it's like if you like 4AD stuff. This was like a couple and another guy, Mr. Tower. It's if you like Nine Inch Nails, if you like industrial music, Coil were members of Thorving Gristle. Basically invented the name. Their label was called what the fuck was it called? I'll remember right now. But if you like sort of music like that, it's a little more electronic. It even has a cover of what is it? Who by Fire? Anybody know that song? It's Leonard Cohen's song, but it's very nice, very again eerie, beautiful. Not my favorite Coil record, but one I was definitely looking forward to getting, and it's a U.S. pressing, which I was happy. Yeah, I've never seen it around here either, so I was very happy. And the last record I'm going to show, it's a friend of mine. This is her band. It's called Amor Muere. This was only pressed in Europe, but somebody here said that they were going to go see her live. My friend Mave Frati plays here. Giverna Cervantes, who's also my friend, and then Concepcion Huerta. This was one of my favorite records from last year. I think there were like 2 copies left on Bandcamp. There, if you like eerie music, ambient music, you might like this. Check it out. There's like 2 copies left, but that's it. It's not as horrible as Chance thought. Maybe.
Shut up.
Kanye West is here, and Jose, he's got something to say to you.
Shut up.
All right. Is it Kanye West? The anti-Semitic Kanye West? He wouldn't say something.
Oh yeah, of course. That's everyone's flavor of the
All
month.
right.
Kind of.
I guess Jason's time.
You want to go, Jay?
Oh,
Mr. Rojas, can you hear us?
Uh-oh. He's in a trance. He's in a Jose trance.
Hang
Hang on. Make
Blink
it big.
twice.
Jason.
I was going to
That's gotta
save
be-
him the embarrassment.
Jason, how much do you want for that turquoise? Jason,
wow.
blink twice if
Got
you'll
the
give it
Bill
to me for free.
Evans,
Jason.
Miles Davis.
Oh yeah, we can look at his wall now. That's a good
Lido.
He's got John Lee Hooker's Burning right there. All OG.
William Armstrong,
Lido.
I guess he picked up that.
Miles Davis.
He died.
Somebody took over my my board.
Oh damn.
All right. Well, okay. No
And
Jason.
by the way, putting like because I have to put something.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
When I have to import stuff, so seeing one of the guys that handed me the record saying "anal staircase," that was fun.
I'm so glad I joined back for Anal Staircase. I mean,
Great EP, and great song.
Right.
Great EP, great song. All right, there you go.
Wait, show that again.
Oh, it's the same record. But
Oh,
this is
okay.
Anal Staircase. Yeah.
I thought you were showing us Anal Staircase.
Well, it has the song Anal Staircase. The EP I have it, but I haven't.
Yeah, it's next to in through the outdoor.
Ooh,
All right,
that's
Jason
a long
Rojas,
flush,
I think
Chance.
you're up, right?
I'm gonna show the new Anal Staircase record.
All right. Actually, you know, I have a record that Jason's gonna be. I'm gonna show it next.
Stairway to
next
heaven.
No, I have a record. Jason has a hand on. So
We have a request, Jay. What is the record next to the left of Burnin', right behind you?
This one?
Yeah, I guess that one right there. Yeah.
Gyro.
I thought that was softcore. Is that softcore?
Oh, that's
Oh
Gyro.
my gosh. Yes.
That's Gyro. What is this shit?
This is one of the best records of 2024, Claro Charm. If you don't know this record, well, you should give it a listen. It's a little bit tie of like maybe Todd Rundgren's 70s, Laura Nero a bit.
That's the only record on the wall that I like from Jason today.
Wow.
Today.
Coming soon on a turntable near you when Jason is up on Sunday morning, right?
Jose don't like this one, right?
I mean,
Oyster
I don't mind Led Zeppelin.
We'll be wrong with this, right? We'll be wrong.
Oh, come on.
Breaking
my heart.
I only have a few records to show. Let's just go with the hitters first, right? Let's do the hitters.
Sir.
Released in 1955, if we can see it. This is Elvis
nice.
Presley, The Mystery Train on
Oh.
Sun Records.
That's
Released in
cool.
1955. Elvis Presley, Good Rockin' Tonight. You know, shout out to Bill Black and Scotty Moore, best backup ever. You know,
Cool. That's
okay,
very cool.
that's
Wow.
it. I don't want to play games here.
Wow.
Sun Records.
I know.
Cha-ching.
I do not see that in the wall.
Hey,
Jay-
shout out to Wally.
Jason,
Hey.
what's on the flip side of what's on the flip side of Mystery Train?
I think
Can you-
it's.
Yeah.
I forgot to remember.
I think that was a bigger. That was a bigger hit. I forgot to remember to forget.
Yeah, I believe this was actually the A side, and then Mystery
Yeah,
Train.
that was a
the B
country hit. I
side,
know that.
Right.
Yep, I heard that one.
You know, it's
Cool.
very interesting listening to this. You know, because I was telling Chris this. It's kind of like I'm holding a piece of history here. Like it's wild.
That's cool.
To imagine that like some kid or whatever, some young adult was playing this, and you know, this had just big impact. I mean, other than historical, right?
That
You
was the
know?
number one country hit. I forgot to remember to forget.
Do you know what year that is?
August 1955. This one.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's early then.
Yes. So about 70 years ago, almost. Right?
That's when Elliot Cruz was like 50.
What?
And then, of course, if you want to talk about it, but I think Wyoming Dave and Dawson can go like after me. But we will talk about your
Oh,
feeling
oh,
it,
yeah.
right?
We need a
Oh,
full
yeah,
rundown.
we'll get there.
We'll get
Yeah.
there.
So
Coming soon.
Nice.
When that segment, unfortunately, I think I'm going to be gone because it's.
Oh,
late.
Jose, that's
No way, Jose.
I will say that the Cure's guitar player used to frighten me as a kid because he was weird looking.
The guitar
And I
player,
saw
or the
him-
bass player.
Like, isn't the who's the tattoo guy?
That's the bass player.
It's the bass player. So I was afraid of that guy when I was a kid. I was like, who the fuck? Because I saw them live when I was a kid. There you go.
All right, Dawson, you want to go? You got any pickups to share?
Yeah, I got one. This is a recent. Oh yeah! Careful, guys. I might knock this one out of the park here. Watch out. Okay, just gonna change the background here, and we'll be all good. All right, we got King Crimson, young man's record collector. So this went for about $100. So this can go for about maybe from $200 to $300. We got the moon on the back. Kind of, I don't want to make a reference to Yes, Fragile, but just gonna point that out there.
Don't do it. This is a better record.
I don't know. Let's pop this one open. Let's see what we got. So this one,
is that the reissue?
Let me check in 1 second. We have the kind of like a collection of all the other albums on here from where it started to where they were. Look at the reissue here. So yes, this was printed in Canada. So yes, this was a reissue, unfortunately. But what's on the other one? Yeah, the other one is just basically the rest of the names of the songs and the track titles. So let's see if there's any. Okay, let's see what we got. Editions.
Wait, it's going for $100. The reissue? Yeah, I have it here.
No, I think the reissue is probably going for less, but I'm talking
right.
if you go the top of the line ones. It's a pretty rare record. I guess most King Crimson's probably quite rare. And I'll talk about the content in 1 second once I get everything all
It's a pretty good record.
Don't
organized over
drop the
here.
record.
No way.
So
So
it's not
yeah,
not that
Go
important,
ahead.
Dawson. Don't scratch it up.
I'm not scratching up. Take good care of it. There we go. All right, what do we got? Let's see which one besides my favorite here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, their reissue has a huge fucking booklet.
There's a lot of yeah, I know I don't have the booklet here, but I just have the track listing. It's been a while. Let me see. Moonchild. I think 4. I think just side 4. They just really closed it out well. The songs were just at a proper length, and it had some of the first record on there, and some of their best work, and some of my favorite stuff on there. Yeah, so when I seen King Crimson a few years ago, and they played a bunch of tunes, some of it from Red, some of it from Beat, and their first album too. Quite impressive, and it was just after listening to basically every main progressive rock band and going to King Crimson, it was quite the end of the great journey of all the great progressive rock bands that I listened to. So many more to listen to.
Very nice, very nice.
You have to start listening to this side of the world's prog music.
I'm getting there, getting to Canterbury.
No, this side, like Latin America. We have a lot of great prog music here. Like
South of the
Argentina.
border.
Yeah, well, souther than. Well,
Is that it,
he's
Dawson?
He's in Canada, so south his border is the U.S.
That's it for the new ones, but I'll just show one more because everybody was showing a few of them here. I actually haven't listened to this one, but this one is it's a Halloween record.
Nice.
It looks so cool. It's like a Dracula, Frankenstein, all the monsters on it.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
Sounds
Is that
to
like
make
sound
you
effects,
shiver.
or-
Yeah.
What's on the back is really
Yes.
cool.
You remember the one they were selling in Austin? You were there? No, it was Jason was there, right?
Probably
Jason,
Jason.
remember the Halloween record they were selling?
Yes, I remember.
All right. There you go. It was like spooky things to scare your neighbors, and the second track was Adolf Hitler.
Oh man,
Oh my God.
that'll scare your neighbors.
Yeah.
It would scare me, yeah.
All right, Wyoming Dave, I think you're up.
I only got one other album besides the Louis Gold's one. I got Lady Gaga's new one.
Oh, Harley Quinn, nice.
Yeah, she just remakes of old 30s. My camera sucks, but
You know, I
Yeah.
just saw yesterday.
old songs on it.
I just saw the Joker 2. I didn't thought it was
That
bad.
wasn't me.
I hit that was the wrong button, sorry.
It's not too bad album. It's
Wait, so what's
No, it's
that?
a good album. I enjoy it.
What's that? It's a 30s songs from the 30s.
It's like
Yeah.
standards and
You can
yeah,
make some-
and there's a couple originals.
Well, she did a lot of records with what is it?
Song on here that's live. Smile.
Tony Bennett, right?
Before this, she did Trails with Tony Bennett. Yeah.
I was gonna say, is he on that one?
No, he's
That was
not.
before. Yeah.
No, he's fucking dead.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone.
Yes, Jose.
You know, if I just saw a Joker 2 and like a week ago I saw what is it? Analyze This. Is it the first one? And Tony Bennett is in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we gotta read. Can we read this comment? Wyoming Dave, read this comment. Cesar is making a lot of sense. Wyoming Dave, please read this aloud.
Just got home from work. 44 watching. Old 80 thumbs up. Come on,
Of
people.
course, that's when I go up.
These guys have kept us entertained. Give these guys a big thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna quit being nice. Put the thumbs up, people. Come on. I mean, this is free
I give a thumbs up.
presentation. You can make fun of
Yeah.
us. The Bleach
Right.
Boys are gonna make hate videos about me. The least you can do is thumb this some bitch up. All right.
Bleach Boys.
Again, I don't think Mr. William is.
Oh, there's more. He's not the only one. There's several that have raging hate boners for this guy, and that's okay.
Thank you, Cesar.
All right.
So
I'm
is it-
unfortunately gonna leave now, and
Just as we're talking the Cure, Jose is a
Cure hater.
it's 10 p.m. I wanna eat dinner and finish watching the Joker 2, which I don't think is that bad. People
priorities.
say,
Priorities, Jose. Let's see how you do. Yeah.
I want to say priority. Well, I'll stay for 10 minutes. All right, you have 10 minutes. It's 10, 9:30. There you go.
There you go. See, that's the one.
Like a video game.
So it quit being lame. What is this shit?
I
So
know.
first of all, on the dais, who got this Cure album? Who already has it? We've got. It's the middle row. The middle row coming clutch.
Well, I have mine. I can't listen to it because it's damaged. So
It's damaged. Chris, tell us this story because we love to get real. This is the bitching show. We love to bitch. So what happened?
It's besides it's warped, which I'm a fanatic about.
First of all, who did you order it from that we can totally destroy right now?
I don't want to destroy them. I support them.
No.
That's a nice guy move. This is the home of the bad guys. Come on, man. Come on.
This isn't the time for that, Chris.
Yeah, listen, we are all about doing small business here. Yes.
It's not a small business. So.
Oh, there's so many mysteries.
Oh no.
We'll talk offline. For 4 or 5 years, I've very rarely had a bad experience with this vendor. So it's just an unfortunate series of events. What makes it more difficult is I was telling the guys backstage, nobody has it right now. I can't even get it from anywhere. So I've just streamed it a few times.
All right.
Funny story. Should I say my funny story about
Yes.
this?
Please.
So my friend is visiting. He was visiting from Slovakia, right? And he's a big Cure fan. I think he runs one of the biggest Cure channels in, I think, Twitter or something, or I don't know. It's crazy to me. I'm like, what? You have how many? Did you say like 40,000 or whatever? I don't know. It was weird. Or 100,000 or 400,000. I was like, what?
A real program, unlike we're parading to be. Okay, fair enough.
And so we're talking about this record, and I'm like, hey, so do you want to go get this record when it comes out on Friday? And he's like, I asked him this, and he goes, really? We can do that. I'm like, he's like, I just ordered it online. I'm like, no, we should just go, on Friday and go to the store, right? So we go to Waterloo Records, right? And I think we got there maybe like 12 o'clock or something, maybe an hour after they open.
I want to leave. Sorry.
See you at the tomato stand.
That's not 10 minutes, Jose. Get out of here.
My dog is here.
Yeah, you got to take your dog out. Well, you're using Dog Shield. Get out of here later.
It's 10 minutes in meters.
Oh, my bad.
I will not eat cat poop.
All right, get out of here, Jose. Later.
Good to see you.
Walk out the door, you see someone that you know, and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't.
So we go there. This is great. We go to Waterloo and go through the front door, and on the side wall is the new releases. They have one on the wall, just one. And I look at my friend, you better go get that. And he gets it and he goes, well, maybe I'll get it later. I was like, no. If there's only one on the wall, that's it. And this cashier comes running out and he goes, hey, we also got that other Miles Showell. This is Half Speed. He just took my friend, and they like left, to get the other thing. And then I'm like looking around, wait, I don't see any more copies. What the fuck is going on here? Like, what the hell? And so I'm just like walking to the other side of Waterloo. I see this, I guess, another cashier come out, and he's talking to some other guy like, yeah, I don't know. I was surprised. Like, we should have got more, but I guess this is the last one. Puts it on the wall. And I'm like, wait, did you say that's the last one? He's like, yeah, I just took it, And had we arrived there later, there would be nothing. So I would have experienced what Chris, and plus other shoppers were feeling, because I've heard that everyone was sold out, or they ordered 20 or 50 and they only got like 3 or 6. You know, that's messed up. They haven't put out a new record in 16 years, and you only get 3 copies or whatever. That's mind blowing. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Concert Buddy, shall we tell them our adventure to Rough Trade to pick up by order?
Oh,
Like pre-order?
listen. If you want to, this was prime. Like, you get a taste of Arnaldo on this show and his channel, but Arnaldo was in fine form when they kind of messed his order up. That's my lead-in to Arnaldo telling his story.
So I had pre-ordered the vinyl for a friend of mine, the marble variant and the 3 CD edition. So I go there and I was like, I didn't get this was Saturday, right? I didn't get a confirmation, but I see that you have it here. So can I just, is it because you haven't gotten to my order yet? And he pulls up the order. He's like, oh, well, there's a problem with the 3 CD. We may have run out. And I'm like, what's the point of pre-ordering? Like, well,
This sounds like deja vu, Arnaldo, by the way. I mean,
I'm not even going to go there. And this is exactly what I tell him. Meanwhile, Chance is just browsing through the store and has one ear to what I'm saying. I can already tell.
I wanted to know if I need to pull out my phone to document this, like the avid social media I am. But please continue.
And then I was like, this is not the first time that I place a pre-order and I come 2 days later and you guys still haven't sent me an email. Then I come to the store and it's here. So he's like, yeah, I'm really sorry. But what happened was they're fulfilling. We hate it where they're fulfilling the mail order, and the pickup orders are always later, the later ones that get fulfilled. But let me call the warehouse. And basically he calls me later while we're at the show. And he was like, hey, you may have gotten an acknowledgement that your order was fulfilled, but I wanted to tell you to ignore that. It was a mistake. And I'm like, well, what happened? It's like, well, there were 5 CDs left and 10 orders to fulfill. And I had told them to put one aside for you because we already had messed up other orders for you. So I wanted to make sure that you got this. So props to them to, looking into that. And he tells me that when they went to see the other CDs, they all had gotten damaged. Whether that's the lame excuse to say that they ran out and they oversold, I don't know. But he's like, they all got damaged and we didn't want to give them to the customers. So our distributor from Universal is going to send us a new shipment. And I'll call you back when it's ready. I was like, so just to make sure, you are putting aside the marble variant for me, right? Or are you going to just run out of that and then tell me now we're out of the marble? Like, oh, no, that's on hold for you. Okay. I called back like yesterday, I think it was. And they're like, oh, no, we still haven't gotten it. I really apologize, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I'll be patient and wait. Well, needless to say, I picked up the black vinyl while we were there, which was supposed to be a copy for me, while I was awaiting the web store 2 LP version. So I haven't opened the web store version, which I got yesterday. That's the story.
Have you listened to the one you have yet?
Oh, yeah, multiple times.
How's it sound?
It sounds good to me. I just love the record. The music is fantastic. Probably their best album since Disintegration. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll listen to the 2 LP version.
Very nice.
Now, Jason, you've listened to all 3, right? Did I see that in the chat?
Yes. So there's
and
3
what are your early
pressings.
returns?
Well, hold up. There's 3 different pressings. The black vinyl. Let's just show it. Jeez, what am I doing here?
Oh, here we go.
Let's do it right. Here we go, folks.
This is mastered by Lucy and Mr. Grunman, Bernie Grunman, okay? I did not get the marble. My friend luckily got the last marble. I was a bit confused. We played them both. Well, I can't show it, but this other one that's sitting right here on the turntable is the half-speed master. Again, this is by Miles Showell, and the marble one is also by Miles Showell. Now, you want to talk about the sound of it? I wish I could play it. I mean, I could, but I don't want us to get canceled. So if you stick around, I guess we'll play it after, maybe. The Bernie Grundman sounds more like a rocking album. I believe it's just got more bass and mid-range. And I think the whole thing is 50 minutes, right, Arnaldo? Like the whole thing?
Yeah, 50 minutes.
So you're trying to fit 25 minutes per side. That's really stretching it, you know? So the Bernie Grundman sounds like very rockin', more mid-range, more bass. It could have been mastered by Kevin Gray. And then this Miles Showell, the half speed, which Arnaldo and I were going back and forth arguing. It's actually a double LP on 33, not 45. So this has a bit more clarity, right? At the expense of the bass and the mid-range, okay? So it's a trade-off. Like if you want, so some of the songs rock out, right, on this. They even have a funk track on here, which is unbelievable. You know, The Cure going funky.
Really?
It's just hard to believe. But that needed the Bernie Grundman treatment. It did not need the clarity treatment, in my opinion, you know? So I'm confused. I don't get it. Honestly, why 3 different pressings? I have no idea, you know? And I do have to agree with Eddie's thing. The 2 LP version was some kind of secret because I did not see that locally. And Arnaldo told me that
It was only on the website.
Correct. You could only order it online, right? So mischievous right there, you know?
Now, I was reading online, there's a white version. What do you guys know anything about this one?
That is also mastered, I think, by
that's also, because that's the one that I got for my friend on the website. It doesn't say who it's mastered by, but it's also on white vinyl. I haven't opened it because it's not mine. So these two, the 2 LP and the white, are exclusive to the web store.
Got it.
Why are there different masters?
Yeah, that's a good question.
When you're the Cure, you can just play around, you know? When you're at that level, you'd be like, hey, let's call Bernie. And then let's
is that going to start some kind of trend now? Because they're just selling more records, right?
Correct. It is a trick that Taylor has done in the past as well, right?
Okay.
Can we get some breaking news theme music here? I have some news to break on this.
You got to have some chance.
Hang on. Oh, Jason, I got you. Hang on.
Okay.
And
give me 30 seconds, and
Are
I'm
you
about
play Phil
to
Collins
blow
in the
your
air
mind.
tonight?
Hang on a second.
this is coming in hot off the Steve Hoffman forums. This is a
Oh,
big deal.
oh boy. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Watching the show.
It hasn't been fact checked yet. So you're saying?
Hang on. I'll just play this one in the interim. Hold your phones. This is actually the Jason Rojas theme song, Bad Boys.
Well, this is fitting.
Just share them.
All right, Chris, what do you got? Sorry, I
think the controversy is going to be settled tomorrow. There's going to be a 1-week anniversary of The Cure's latest album, and it's going to feature the best mastered tracks from each version, curated by our own Jason Rojas. Unbelievable cash grab by The Cure and Mr. Rojas. This is confirmed on the Steve Hoffman forums. This is a big deal, guys. This is their whole strategy.
You don't know I was hired by The Cure. Oh, man.
Anyone else have this record in hand? No one else.
I was considering after and Arnaldo saw me pick one up at Rough Trade because Rough Trade was a rough selection. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They're definitely a touristy thing. The used selection was used and abused, as we like to say. And I think that the key record I saw in the used bin was a Winger record. So if that tells you anything. But when I heard Arnaldo fighting the store manager to get this thing right, I was like, well, maybe this is something I should pick up. Especially I heard the
black. They only had 2 left. I got the second to last one.
Right. So then it was like, oh, well, maybe this is something I need to pick up. And
don't knock Winger.
I think the black version, the Bernie Grundman, is going to go fast because Rough Trade only had 2.
Well, all I know is like what Chris said earlier, you can't find it anywhere. So then that adds to the FOMO. Maybe this is something I should get. I haven't even listened to it, to be honest with you. So I'm going to follow my process. I'm going to sample it, and then I'm going to decide. And if I have to pay 10, 15% more to get the right one, I'm going to do that. But now, so is that the artwork? Is that a statue? Is that
It's me on the cover. Can you see?
Oh, Jason! Congratulations! Hang on. So, real breaking news: Jason Rojas. Jason Rojas is on the cover of the latest Cure album. Incredible.
So there's 275,000 Adele records on clearance around the world, and we can't get a Cure album to be in print after 2 weeks. Like, what is the deal?
You know, I listened to it twice with my friend because he's a big Cure fan, like super Cure, you know.
Right.
And we listened to like he never like compares records, and we did it, and it was just shocking, you know. And that's why, like, when Cesar is asking me which one's the best one, I'm like, I don't know really. I just, you know, I couldn't say. Like, the music wise, the B-side is the bomb. Like, I haven't heard like a B-side like that. Like, wow, you know, just incredible, you know. That one first track, Drone, No Drone, that was like the funkiest Cure track.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one for me too.
It blew my mind. I was like, man, so good. And then the end song on here, wow, what a banger. Like, that's how you end a record, you know? You do it right.
Yeah, I liked All I Ever Am too. That was the other one I noted.
And so I was telling him, like, the B-side should have been the A-side. I'm confused here. Like, I don't know where this is going, you know? A lot of long keyboard intros.
Sorry, is this the record you were talking about? The Naked Record Club Live? I think this is the one you're talking about. It has 2 live tracks, and it was a limited release.
Does anyone not like the album?
Wait, who didn't get the record?
Jason, raising your hand.
Whoa, I don't like it.
Wow.
Everybody likes this album. That's I kind of wasn't expecting that. It's interesting, man. I mean, I'm a massive Cure fan.
I just haven't heard any songs.
What
I guess
did you like about
they're
it?
still making records. I'm not.
I mean, yeah, it's, you know, obviously I'm hopeful, even though I'm not expecting much. You know, it's 2024. We're getting a Cure record. I mean, I saw the Cure in '89 for Disintegration. I've heard all their records like 100 times, you know, and stuff. I love the Cure. But when I heard this, and I've tried like 3 times, and I'm sort of like, man, maybe, you know, it's just me. I just need to hear it more. And I think you called out the one, if you want to call it a banger, I mean, I would call it the one acceptable song on there, man. It's just I just was not feeling it. But I mean, I had a whole thing written up I was going to say, but you guys all love it, so I don't want to be the one guy.
No,
but
it's a dark record. This is a dark record.
I was gonna say, maybe you're
depressing, and just not in a good way to me. I mean, I just felt like, yes, we said it's the best record since Disintegration. To me, what it sounds like Disintegration and Wish outtakes. And I just felt like, man, it's just, they never quite got there for me. So that's just kind of my feeling about it. And trust me, I want to love it. I love the Cure, but I don't know. I'll keep trying, but I've listened to it like 3 times and I just was not feeling it.
So you're saying that Bobby Hutcherson in back of you is feeling the way that you do about this Cure record. Is that what
exactly.
You're saying? What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go through the trouble to pick it up. I mean, you know, I'm gonna keep listening on, you know, some other way, and if I don't, you know, then I'll just move on with life if it just doesn't touch me. But you guys all like it, so it's got to be me.
I'm gonna tell you, like, when you get that Bernie Grunman and you just crank up the B side, like, that thing hits you so hard. Like, after the A side, I was like, I don't know if I feel this. My friend was like, I've heard all the songs already because they played them live. I'm like, man, my friend really is a Cure fan. You know? But then, like, we played the B side, and then I was like, I had to turn it up. I'm like, oh man, that funk track. Let's just turn that up. You know, that's a banger.
That's a song I have to look up.
Hey, new friend Wally, who I talked about earlier about meeting at the record show, he said that I guess at the store, the artist store, still available, ships next week. So now that Jason Spins is giving it a ringing endorsement, buy your copy now.
I'm sorry, Robert Smith. I still love you. Please don't hate me.
Well,
I love
he has 2 more records ready to go. Well, one is ready to go.
That's what I read.
More poppy record.
Damn it, Arnaldo, we've got to We just got this new sound effect, and we need to. Oh shit!
Breaking news. Say the indie.
Paula, please say that again because we just totally.
The problem is Concert Buddy's sound effects are all 30 seconds long.
Well, in an interview that Robert Smith had, he said that they're taking the entire next year off. There's not going to be any touring because he wants to finish the third record that he has almost ready, because the second one is nearly done. So I think next year we're going to get another record, and then maybe in 26 we'll get another record. So,
But is this going to be like a Red Hot Chili Pepper situation where they put out albums back to back, and you really wish they just would have taken the choice cuts on both?
Well, these guys haven't put out a record in what, 16 years?
16, yeah.
So he had a stockpile of songs that he was working on, and there's only 8 on this one. So,
oh no, I'm definitely not buying it. That's underperforming.
So if the second record comes out, Jason Spins will be, it's too poppy. This is not what I wanted.
Too happy. Yeah.
The other way around. Too bright.
Yeah, too bright and happy. Too
We'll
cheerful.
see. I'll let you know right here on the B side.
And if it makes Jason reach for his mascara, then you know he's got a winner. He's going to just put that right on.
There you go. I'll come in with my hair all frizzed out. And
In the Halloween costume.
Yeah.
I think it's a good album. I'm not down on it at all. I've only streamed it a few times, but I like what they did. I think I like long songs. I mean, some of the songs, the intros are just really build up. It is funky. Rojas is right about that funky B side. I'm happy they're putting out music still. Yeah. I think it's great. I think it's hard to hold them to what their past performances were, and I think Jason is just too happy. He's just too happy in his life right now for that type of music.
That might be true.
Got to bring him down to it.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, don't be upset when we don't invite you and we all go to see them live somewhere in the country. You're down on the Alps. We can't take
Wow. Wow.
As soon as we're done here, I'm going to go listen to Faith, 17 Seconds, and Pornography, and that'll get me in the mood.
There you go. Build up to it.
Yeah, the Cure are just hot off of a tour, so they must have just had to get in the studio real quick and go and record something. So I'm going to assume the band's probably they're tighter, and they go and record something. Maybe I'm just assuming here it might sound more of like a live album than other type of albums, and I assume with some of the producers they brought on, probably some more atmospheric effects as well. But my friend Hannah, she went to see the Cure in Toronto, and she said it was a phenomenal show. She sent me some clips. There was lots of pyro going on. There was just a classic Cure show. And I said, what was one of your favorite parts? Well, she said that when she went to buy the tickets, they were all overpriced. So what Robert did is he pretty much bought over half the tickets or all the tickets, and he brought them down to about $30. And he made this 15-minute rant about Ticketmaster on online there. So he wanted to make sure the fans can afford the albums and afford the show, and he made sure that he went out in the audience and he talked to the audience, and he made sure everybody had a good time there. So I think there's some good stuff coming in from the Cure.
Man, that's not the doom and gloom of the old Robert Smith, you know.
I saw him signing autographs in the video the other day. Like, I couldn't believe it. He was pleasant. Like, what is happening?
Well, I mean, every time I've seen him, he's been pleasant. I think, when you see him interviewed and stuff, I think maybe when he was really young, but I mean, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. He's very smart. He's down to earth. He's just not the guy you would think, I guess.
Yeah.
He's sticking it to the scalpers. He's there to the music industry.
Arnaldo, did you catch them at that 3-night run at the Garden in June? Did you catch any of those shows?
I didn't. No,
I heard they were fantastic.
I've seen the Cure so many times, and I don't know what was happening during that time. You said it was in June?
I think it was in June. This past June, they did 3 nights in a row, or maybe it was the June before.
Okay, I think I don't remember the last time I saw them. It was pre-pandemic. Yeah, they play for 3+ hours.
Right.
They're, one of the best live acts that I've seen. They just like their sound and the amount of songs that they play. They're just professionals. You can't deny how well they are, how great a live band they are.
Have you guys seen that?
You got a VHS
in orange?
Yep.
This is great. This is great.
I just want to highlight this comment from Leapy Lee. His concert buddy going to wear his extremely uncool aviator glasses. I'm going to answer a question with another question. Does Arnie Zanzibar have a micro penis? The answer is yes. So, hi, Arnie. One of the Bleach Boys, everybody. Everybody, Bleach Boys. Here they are. In the flesh.
Shots fired.
Well, on that note.
Hey, when you see a Bleach Boy in the wild, you gotta acknowledge him because it takes a lot of work to come up with that one.
Let's look at everyone's feeling the record, man, and every people, the live shows and everything. I have not seen them live. I saw them once. It was in 1989. I would see them again. I know they're fire. I mean, I've seen the videos and stuff, but we'll see. Hopefully, one of the other 2 records that come out soon will be more my speed. So. Hopefully, don't do the same thing. I mean, Rojas? Are you gonna? How many are you gonna end up with 9 records if they do 3 for the next two that they release?
Absolutely not. I don't know. It was just because it was all spur of the moment. Like we went to Waterloo Records, and then, they only had a few copies. We were able to get them, and then I was like, I might as well get this too, and. It's kind of funny. My friend's like, I'll open the marble, but you have to open your copy. I'm like, fair enough.
Did you open them at the same time? Was it like an after special?
No. But it was the thing is, like, he was telling me that it was the experience of getting the record and listening to it when you bought it, because now it's just so easy. You could just stream it. You don't have to buy it, right? Like the actual physicality, right, of going to the store,
Well, you have to give it to them. Where they put a spin on the variant. Instead of just colors, they have 3 different masterings on them. So Correct. It's like no one's come up with that yet, right? We'll have the Miles Showell 33 single, the Bernie Grundman 33 single, and then you have the Miles Showell again double. So
it's crazy.
If that was Taylor Swift, I'd be like, what a loser. But since it's The Cure, I'm like, that's the coolest shit ever.
What a great idea.
now Rhino will start doing. We have the Kevin Gray cut, and then you can buy the Chris Bellman cut, and then you could buy the who's the other guy? Kevin Gray, Chris Bellman. Who's the other guy?
Bernie Grundman.
Bernie Grundman.
Oh, and Bernie Grundman. Yeah. Well, Doug Sachs died,
so
right?
Look for us next year on the Service Noise, where my whole wall will just be of that same record with different mastering, disc, and
Are they going to? How many 12-inch singles are they going to do off this one, or will they? They might. They need to, and they all need to be different masterings and remixes and.
Yeah, Sean.
I'm excited for a Surface Noise B-side live from a Cure concert sometime in the near future. I think that would be hella fun. That would be hella fun.
That would be awesome.
Hey guys,
all right, guys. Yeah, let's call it. Thanks everybody. It's been fun. I hope you all had fun. Thanks for being here. Of course, we will see you guys next week on the A side, where it'll just be Chance and these boys hanging out. And have a great week.
Hey, Darren.
Night, everybody.
Valerie.